Chapter 1689. Yang Wu had become a special existence in the Medicine God Temple. The first hall master invited him to stay in the main hall, but he refused. He preferred to stay in the wonderful life hall. He finally had some peace and quiet, so he didn't want to cause trouble. He didn't need the Medicine God Temple to hold any ceremony for him to announce his identity. He was still willing to walk in the Medicine God Temple as Qiao Yinyun's disciple to avoid being ostracized by others. However, he still had some special privileges. For example, he could mobilize the resources of the Medicine God Temple, enjoy treatment comparable to the Hall Master, and so on. As long as the Medicine God Temple could give him something, the Medicine God Temple could give him. Yang Wu didn't become too arrogant because of this. Instead, he kept a low profile. His identity as the son of providence of the human world was exposed. Many people would come to find trouble with him. Although he didn't know what the first hall master meant, he couldn't be careless. Before he enjoyed the special treatment of the Medicine God Temple, he had to show his ability. The head hall master personally gave the order to clear the area, allowing all the alchemists in the pill refining tower to come out and let Yang Wu go in alone. This alchemy tower had a total of 33 levels. The content of the challenge was different from the alchemy tower in the transcendent world. It was just that it was set up to target the alchemist's alchemy method. Even if there were some differences, it was a small problem for him. Yang Wu went straight up and only stopped when he reached the 28th level. Now, his strength was not the same as before. His alchemy skills were more perfect, and his alchemy methods were more powerful. Reaching the 28th level was enough to shock these hall masters and grand elders. As expected of the ancestor's disciple, his alchemy skills are heaven-defying. In the past 10,000 years, there hasn't been anyone who reached the 28th level before the age of 100. Yes, I don't have such ability either. I think I only reached the age of 25. The alchemy prodigies in our hall are like fireflies compared to him. There's no comparison. His cultivation level is still a little low. Give him a little more time, and I'm afraid he'll catch up to us old guys. I have to admit that I'm old. After Yang Wu verified his identity as a divine alchemist, the Medicine God Temple gave him a high-level elder robe and badge. In the future, he could do whatever he wanted in the Medicine God Temple. No one would dare to provoke him. Even outside, most forces would treat him with respect and wouldn't make things difficult for him. Yang Wu could be considered to have gained a firm foothold in the God world. What he needed to do next was to find a way to head to the Purple Firmament Hall to look for Zuu. However, before he could find Zuu, he discovered the enemies of the Heavenly Palace. After he came out of the main palace, a few people walked toward him. These people had extraordinary auras and were in high spirit. Under the guidance of the people from the Divine Medicine Hall, they headed toward the main palace. He was not far away from these people. When he saw the battle runes on their foreheads, a murderous intent rose without reason. When his murderous intent filled the air, someone looked in his direction. "You want to kill us?" that person said faintly. The people around him all looked at Yang Wu at the same time. Yang Wu met their gazes, but he retracted his murderous intent. Qiao Yinyun, who was beside him, said, "Those are people from the Heavenly God Hall. Only those who cultivate the Heavenly God arts will have such battle runes. They have some business dealings with the Divine Medicine Hall." Then, she stood in front of Yang Wu and looked at those people. "Walk properly. Don't blindly stare." Qiao Yinyun was a true god. Her voice contained a powerful might, causing those people to freeze. When they saw her face clearly, they bowed slightly and followed the people from the Divine Medicine Hall. Yang Wu followed Qiao Yinyun back to the Wonder Life Hall. He didn't say a word. He was feeling very depressed. "What? Do you have a grudge with them?" Qiao Yinyun asked. Absolutely irreconcilable, Yang Wu choked out. When he thought of his dead master, his heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. He wanted nothing more than to kill all those people. I advise you to put away those thoughts. The heavenly God Hall's people are not to be trifled with. They're a bunch of lunatics, Xiao Yanyan warned. Some grudges can be set aside, but some can't. I won't let them off. Do as you wish. In any case, no one in the divine medicine continent can touch you. It's hard to say what will happen outside. Yang Wu returned to his residence. His heart couldn't calm down. One of his goals in coming to the divine world was to find the faction that had destroyed the heavenly palace. He didn't have much of a sense of belonging to the heavenly palace, but he respected his master greatly. His master had been killed. No matter what, this grudge couldn't be forgotten. I have to kill them, Yang Wu thought to himself. Even if he couldn't kill them, he had to capture them and interrogate them about why the heavenly God Hall had attacked the heavenly palace. If he could find out the reason, his master and senior brother would be able to resolve the knot in their hearts. Moreover, Nan Nan was rebuilding the heavenly palace. If he didn't find out the reason, Nan Nan would be in danger in the future. Yang Wu couldn't suppress the anger in his heart. In the end, he summoned Dan Lao. As long as he was in the Divine Medicine Hall, Dan Lao would be able to sense his summons and appear in front of him at the fastest speed possible. "Young master, what are your orders?" Dan Lao asked. "Help me keep an eye on the whereabouts of the Heavenly God Hall's people. I want to know when they'll leave and where they'll go. I want to kill them," Yang Wu ordered. "Yes, young master," Dan Lao replied. Then, he couldn't help but remind, the Heavenly God Hall has some dealings with the Divine Medicine Hall. If young master really wants to kill them, it's best to wait until they're far away. "Amen, I know what I'm doing," Yang Wu replied. After Dan Lao left, Yang Wu called Qi Jin and Little Man over and gave them a simple explanation of his current identity. Then, he gave them a token to prove that they were his people. In the future, they would be able to follow his orders and freely enter and leave the Divine Medicine Hall. After Yang Wu had Qi Jin and Little Man leave, he took out a few magnificent jade pills and a 3-heart pill. He muttered to himself, "Since the enemy has already come out, I can't delay any longer. I need to increase my strength." In the next moment, he directly threw these pills into his mouth. A single magnificent jade pill was enough to greatly increase a person's strength. Yang Wu swallowed a few at once, and they were all Fifth Tribulation magnificent jade pills. How astonishing was the medicinal strength! It was enough to make an ordinary Jade Moon Realm expert explode. The 3-heart pill had another miraculous effect. It could help him multitask and increase his comprehension of the mysteries of the realm. It wouldn't show any signs of instability because of the increase in strength. In addition, it could also deepen his comprehension during this period of time and increase his battle strength. Ever since he started cultivating, Yang Wu rarely used pills to increase his realm. He had always been strengthening his foundation, not wanting to make any mistakes. Now that his foundation was incomparably deep, using pills to increase his realm wouldn't be too much of a problem. Moreover, the pills he refined were of the highest quality, so the side effects were negligible. As the pill entered his stomach, the rolling medicinal power spread throughout his body. His dantian instantly swelled up, and his aura rapidly increased. From the time he came to the divine realm until now, it had only been half a year. He had already gone from the 11th star mark realm to the 2nd Jade Moon realm. The speed of his breakthrough was unbelievable. Even the divine sons didn't have such abnormal breakthrough speed. At this moment, he had broken through again, achieving several consecutive jumps in half a year. Only emperors and princesses could have such continuous breakthroughs under great opportunities. If it was anyone else, not only would their foundation be unstable, but their body would also explode from the energy. They wouldn't be able to contain it at all. Yang Wu operated the Supreme 9 Mysteries formula and crazily refined the energy. His strength rose steadily, and he forcefully broke through the 2nd Jade Moon realm to the 3rd Jade Moon realm. At this point, all of the medicinal properties of the pills had been completely refined. A Jade Glory pill could allow a Jade Moon Realm expert to break through 1 or even 2 levels. He had swallowed a few pills in one go, but they could barely support him to break through 1 level. It could be seen how deep his foundation was. The 3-heart pill was taking effect. The divine court Dao flower in his mind swayed. His divine soul sat cross-legged in the flower's core, constantly comprehending the various battle skills he had cultivated in the past. He sorted out the various martial Daos. Many things that he couldn't figure out in the past slowly became clear at this moment. His martial Dao realm was rapidly deepening. The strength of each martial Dao meant that his battle strength was getting stronger. In addition, his divine soul was becoming more and more crystalline. The condensed soul force had reached the level of a top God realm expert. He cultivated the Soul Tactics and the Soul Control Sutra. Both of them were top-notch soul cultivation technique. After his spirit reached the heavenly soul stage, it had various wonderful uses. When he faced a top-notch godly state expert again, his spirit could resist his pressure and even fight with him. This wasn't Yang Wu's greatest gain. His greatest gain was that he used the 3-heart pill to comprehend another innate talent, the star-swallowing divine ability. This divine ability was awakened in the stomach after refining the mysterious meteorite essence. Star-swallowing! Yang Wu shouted. A door of starlight appeared in front of him, producing a powerful swallowing force. The surrounding air was constantly sucked in, and the debris in the surroundings were also sucked in and turned into dust. Yang Wu didn't excessively stimulate this power. He withdrew it and smiled with satisfaction. Every kind of mysterious star essence has its own wondrous use. I'm really lucky to be able to gather 7 kinds. Yang Wu came out of seclusion. Dan Lao appeared beside him and said, "Young master, they have left the medicine god city. Okay, we should also get moving." Yang Wu responded and followed Dan Lao out. He was ready to meet the people from the Divine Palace. When Yang Wu left the Wonderful Life Palace, Qiao Yenyun sensed it. She muttered, "No matter who meets the people from the Divine Palace, they should stay as far away as possible. Our Medicine God Palace doesn't want to be enemies with them. This brat actually dared to provoke them. He's really recklessly relying on Dan Lao's care." Chapter 1690. Divine Temple. Among the 5 great temples, this was a new temple that emerged in the most recent epoch. Their origins were great, backed by supreme existences. It was rumored that the true martial temple was destroyed by the big shot behind the Divine Temple. The people of the Divine Temple had always run amok in the God realm. Other than the people of the other temples, they did not care about any other power. They were all very powerful and had the battle prowess to fight against 10 people. They did not rely on the power behind them to bully others. They had real skills, which was why they were so confident. This time, the leader of the people who came to the Divine Temple was a martial god named Shiheng. He was at the 7th level Jade Moon Realm and was a veteran god's son. He came to the Divine Temple to ask for a pill recipe. This pill recipe had long been extinct. The only possibility was in the Divine Temple's alchemy recipe pavilion. There were countless extinct pill recipes there, and he might be able to get one. However, he did not get a good result this time. The Divine Temple's alchemy recipe pavilion would not be open to the public, and they would not easily hand over an extinct pill recipe. They just said that they did not have one and sent them away. He was still angry, but this was other people's territory, so they could not vent their anger. Although the Divine Temple was a place where alchemists gathered, they had many experts. As long as they gave the order, a group of experts would come out and beat them to death. Originally, they wanted to stroll around the Divine Medicine City and buy a batch of pills, but they could not bring themselves to do so. They quickly left through the spatial gate. They kept moving and arrived at the edge of the Divine Medicine City. There was no spatial gate, so they needed to fly for a while to reach their next destination. The divine temple is getting worse and worse. They are not even willing to give a mere pill recipe to my divine temple. I am so angry. The more Qi Hing thought about it, the angrier he became. They see pill recipes as their lifeblood. It would be strange if they were willing to trade it. Maybe we don't have enough face. Someone beside him said. Humph, one day, when I step into the true God realm, I will ask them again. Qi Hing snorted coldly. I don't think you will have that day. A voice rang out beside them. These people were shocked. They turned around and saw a young man appear not far away from them. Only then did they heave a sigh of relief. They were afraid that the Medicine God Palace had sent experts to track them down. Qi Hing narrowed his eyes as he looked at Yang Wu and said, Brat, I remember that you already wanted to kill us back in the Medicine God Palace. It's that brat. Does he have a grudge with any of you? I don't have any recollection of it. De Pang, who was next to Qi Hing, asked. The others shook their heads, indicating that they had no impression of Yang Wu. It's good that you remember. I was afraid that you wouldn't remember me. Yang Wu said faintly. I'm full of anger right now. How dare you come to my door alone? Let me vent my anger. Qi Hing cracked his knuckles and wiped away his anger. It's just a small thief. There's no need for Sir to make a move. Let me do it. A person beside Qi Hing walked out and said, All right. Capture him, and let him have a good taste of having his soul ripped from his body. Qi Hing replied. That person carried a pair of maces on his back and strode towards Yang Wu. He was a level 4 Jade Moon cultivator, and was the weakest in this group. You dare try to kill us? Even if you are from the Medicine God Palace, you won't be able to escape today. The mid-level elite said coldly. As he spoke, he made his move. His hand turned into a claw as he swiped at Yang Wu's face. The claw's power was shocking. It was as if it wanted to tear the sky into pieces. It was chilling. Before the claw's power could land on Yang Wu's head, Yang Wu had already appeared in front of him. He threw a heavy punch at his abdomen. Yang Wu was too fast. The mid-level elite only saw a blur in front of his eyes. A sharp pain came from his abdomen, and blood spurted out of his throat. Without waiting for him to come back to his senses, Yang Wu pulled his body and fiercely slammed his knee into it. It looked like a fight between ordinary martial artists, but the power of the attacks was terrifying. Every simple move was earth-shattering. The mid-level elite was knocked down by Yang Wu. Yang Wu held the mid-level elite like a dead dog. He looked at Qi Hing and said, Come at me together. I can't be bothered to deal with you one by one. In the next moment, Blue Demonis flew out of his palm and burned the mid-level Grand Master. Ah! Let me go, let me go! The mid-level elite screamed. Unfortunately, no matter how he struggled, he couldn't escape Yang Wu's control. How arrogant! Die! A person flew out from the Heavenly God Palace's side. This person cultivated in wind profound energy, and a wind leg furiously kicked at Yang Wu. His speed was astonishingly fast. Yang Wu's reaction was faster than his. When he moved, he sensed it and threw the flaming man in his hand at him. That person was still a little affected. He changed the direction of his kick, afraid of hurting his companions. When he changed his attack, Yang Wu also kicked him. A tearing attack flew towards that person. Be careful! Pang Pang's eyes twitched. He wanted to block the power of Yang Wu's kick. Before he could do so, the wind blade had already hit that person. Bang! That person exploded from the kick. Yang Wu did not show any mercy in this kick. Even a high-level deity realm expert would not be able to block it. The person who was burned was also burned to death. Lan Yao's firepower was terrifying. Ordinary divine realm experts couldn't get rid of it at all. In a few blinks of an eye, 2 people were killed. Qi Hing and Pang Pang were quite surprised. There were only 6 of them. 2 of them died in the first exchange. It was beyond their expectations. Interesting, very interesting. No wonder you dared to find trouble with us alone. You do have some strength. It's more interesting to kill you then. Qi looked at Yang Wu and said. He didn't feel sad about the death of his two companions. Let me do it. Pang Pang beside him said. Qi was a level 8 Jade Moon Realm expert, while Pang Pang was a level 10 Jade Moon Realm expert. Their strength was on par, but Qi was stronger. Otherwise, Qi wouldn't be called the Old Divine Son. No, it's rare for a guy to appear. I want to do it myself, Qi said. Then he asked Yang Wu, now you can tell me. What happened between you and the Divine Palace? Will my heavenly god palace exterminate your entire family or cut off your wealth? I'll tell you after I kill all of you, Yang Wu said and took the initiative to rush towards Qi and the others. After reaching level 3 Jade Moon Realm, he felt that he could dominate any Divine Realm expert. So what if his opponent was at the Martial God Realm? Then wait until I peel off your soul and roast it, Qi said and went up to meet him, throwing out a shocking punch. Divine Fist. The punch was like a god descending to the mortal world. The supreme power shook heaven and earth. The supreme light was like a shooting star, smashing towards Yang Wu. Yang Wu wasn't afraid at all. He also threw out a shocking punch. Martial God Fist. This was a move he created in the God of War Pagoda. As he honed it over the years, its essence became more and more apparent. The domineering aura and the power to reverse the sun and moon were terrifying. Bang bang! In the blink of an eye, the two powerful martial gods exchanged dozens of punches. A figure was sent flying. It was Qi from the Heavenly God Temple. Impossible! How can you be stronger than me? Qi couldn't accept this fact. Kill. Yang Wu didn't waste time talking nonsense with Qi. Even if his opponent wasn't weak, he still wasn't strong enough to deal with him. He once again crushed him. Qi strength wasn't inferior to Luo Ji and Luo Qi of the Luo Manor. However, Yang Wu was no longer the same as before. Even without the power of the divine chains, his strength was still shocking. The endless Xian Qi of heaven and earth was mobilized by him. There was also the power of the stars that gathered from the 9 heavens. He was like the son of a water god. The boundless power of water stirred, and wave after wave of water accompanied the black tortoise. He's from the Battle Tribe's Yang family? Pang Dapeng had been watching the battle and instantly noticed something. He felt that the battle chi released by Yang Wu was very similar to the Battle Tribe's Yang family's aura. Moreover, the fist technique was more like the Yang family's black tortoise fist. You think I'm afraid of you? Qi was indeed a god's son. He roared and mobilized a secret technique to stimulate the power of his divine body. Endless light gathered and turned into a ball of white light that rushed towards Yang Wu. It was the god's fist again. However, the power had increased by a few levels. Endless light surged, and wave after wave of power accompanied the dazzling fist fell towards Yang Wu. At the same time, a set of divine armor appeared on his body. This divine armor had endless uses. After wearing it, it could increase one's battle power by 1 level. It was an incomparably precious divine armor. This kind of divine armor wasn't found everywhere. It was called the Battle God Armor. The Battle God Armor was an incomparably precious type of armor. The materials used to refine it were very hard to find. Every piece of the Battle God Armor was priceless. It wasn't something that just anyone could have. Qi mobilized his unique battle power. Together with the power increased by the Battle God Armor, his battle power increased exponentially. He crazily clashed with Yang Wu. After Yang Wu felt the increase in his opponent's strength, he was surprised. However, he wasn't too worried. Qi could only fight to a draw with him now. That was because he hadn't activated the power of his immortal root yet. Before he could suppress Qi had already used his innate power to attack. Laser Blade. 2 sharp blades appeared out of nowhere. They flashed like lasers and directly slashed towards Yang Wu. The speed of the laser blade was astonishing. Yang Wu couldn't dodge it. It slashed onto his black tortoise armor and was deflected by the armor. Yang Wu was shocked. These guys have strong innate talents too. Nether Ice Winged Blade. Wind God's Kick. Yang Wu's two innate talents exploded at the same time. The Nether Ice Winged Blade slashed out invisibly and broke through Qi Heng's defense. It also slashed onto Qi Heng's divine armor. Unfortunately, it didn't break the divine armor. Only the nether energy remained on Qi Heng's body. Wind God's Kick stirred up the wind and clouds, trying to kill Qi Heng. Chapter 1691. The battle between Yang Wu and Qi Heng was extremely intense. The two of them fought back and forth, causing the sky and earth to change colors. The air continuously shook and exploded, and blood splattered everywhere. No one knew whose blood it was. The two of them started with their fists and feet, then their talents, and then their weapons. Neither of them held back. Qi Heng held the light shield in one hand and the halberd in the other. He was like a war god of light. His body shone with white light, making people unable to open their eyes. With a roar, all the light in the world was under his control. The battle marks on his forehead continuously devoured the power of heaven and earth. It was a change caused by cultivating the heavenly god technique. It was a heaven-defying emperor technique. Yang Wu was not to be outdone, especially since he had broken through to the third-level Jade Moon realm. His entire body was filled with power. Every acupuncture point in his body rippled with divine power. He waved the Yu Yen True God Spear, sometimes smashing down like the Luo River, sometimes like the black tortoise coming out of the water. He controlled the ocean and the river water. His endless battle strength collided with the light energy. Qi Heng was a martial god, and a god's son at that. His realm was higher than Yang Wu's. Not only was he unable to suppress Yang Wu, but he also felt like he was being suppressed by Yang Wu. This made him very unhappy. If this battle continued, he would be the one to lose. You forced me to use my ultimate move. Qi Heng did not plan to drag this out any longer. His divine body emitted boundless light, and the battle marks on his forehead pulsed. More and more light energy gathered. He roared, "Eternal light!" Suddenly, the world seemed to have turned into a white light. It was so hazy that people did not know what to do. The fatal halberd light was smashing toward Yang Wu's head. This was the combination of his talent power and his ultimate move. It was the most powerful attack he could unleash. At this moment, Yang Wu felt that his mind was completely blank. Even his thoughts had stopped. Fortunately, after so many years, his battle instincts were still there. His divine soul was strong enough to sense the approaching danger. His body unconsciously retreated 3 meters. Fortunately, he had retreated 3 meters back, narrowly avoiding the fatal blow. A gash was viciously slashed across his chest. Even the Emperor Jade battle armor could not block it. Blood splashed out. It was normal for the martial god's all-out attack with a divine weapon to injure him. Otherwise, he would be invincible in the god realm. He was still some distance away from this step. As Yang Wu dodged the attack, he also launched a counterattack. A burst of dazzling spear light crazily smashed down towards Qi Heng. This time, Yang Wu activated his immortal qi, and a spirit god appeared behind him, as if they were fighting together. This is the spirit god's body. Pang Pang cried out in alarm from not too far away. Then, he said, "Everyone, let's attack together." The spirit god's body was incomparably rare in the god realm. Currently, only the Ji clan's Ji Ling had such a divine body. Who would have thought that this youth in front of them also had one? Could he be Ji Ling? Yang Wu released what seemed like the spirit god's body, but in reality, it was an immortal spirit body. The immortal foundation's power had swallowed the spirit god and turned it into his own immortal spirit. Now that Yang Wu's cultivation had increased, he could explode with a unique battle strength. Qi Heng's light shield was knocked out of his hands. His arms were broken, and cracks appeared on his god of war armor. True God Yu Yan's spear's sealed power had already been released by a third. Even a top-grade divine weapon could not withstand its attack. Qi Heng spat out blood and was sent flying. He felt as if his organs were about to explode. Fortunately, Pang Pang and the other 3 people attacked at the same time. Their earth-shattering power enveloped Yang Wu. When these attacks gathered together, even a top-grade God Realm creature would have to retreat. Yang Wu could not chase after Qi Heng, but he would not give up just like that. The Netherworld Ice-Winged Blade continued to slash at Qi Heng, not giving him a chance to breathe. In addition, the Devil Soul chain bound Qi Heng. He was prepared to capture Qi Heng alive and kill the others. Pang Pang's power was not inferior to Qi Heng's. The others were also mid-grade or high-grade God Realm creatures. If Yang Wu wanted to take them down in a short time, he would have to use some trump cards. Smash the Black Walk. Yang Wu tossed the Black Walk out and poured his immortal energy into it. It turned into a huge crow and flew towards Pang Pang's group to crush them. The Black Walk's terrifying power gave them a big fright. They all used their power to block the attack, but they were all reflected by the Black Walk's power. The Black Walk smashed down from the sky, scaring them into quickly retreating. "I don't believe you're a real divine weapon." One of them was not convinced and swung a heavy hammer. Before the hammer could touch the Black Walk, it was crushed. When the Black Walk fell, even the God Realm expert was crushed into a bloody pulp. Even his divine soul could not escape. "Kill!" Yang Wu's killing intent soared. He roared and used the Wind God's leg to sweep over. Endless wind blades enveloped Pang Pang and the other 2. These wind blades contained the power of the Wind God chain. Coupled with his current power, the power released was terrifying. Pang Peng was at the 10th level of the Jade Moon realm. Facing Yang Wu's attack, he felt a chill in his heart. He urged out his greatest strength and slashed down furiously with his warblade. An astonishing power crashed into the storm blade. Unfortunately, he was only able to break through a portion of the storm blade's power before his own strength was swept away. In addition, he felt a tearing pain in his body. He roared, "I have the power of the Wind God chain, too. Break for me." His battle saber slashed out again, and the saber Dao, which contained the Wind God chain, slammed into the wind blades and broke them apart. By the time he broke the wind blades, Yang Wu had already used True God Yu Yan's spear to kill the other 2 God Realm experts. The Wind God chain was just a distraction. Pang felt his heart grow cold. He did not want to fight anymore. He turned around and flew toward Qi Heng, ready to take him away. "Where do you think you're going?" Yang Wu roared and shot through space. True God Yu Yan's spear stabbed toward Pang Pang's back like a dragon. Pang did not expect Yang Wu to be so fast. By the time he reacted, he was already hit. Pang coughed up blood, but he still used the momentum to fly toward Qi Heng. He had to take him away. Qi Heng would not be taken down so easily by Yang Wu. He was forced into a corner, so he tore apart the True God's decree. "Supreme God, save me!" Qi Heng was a god's son. Of course, he had his own methods. The True God's decree was torn apart, and a True God's will clone descended. However, before this will doppelganger could fully form, a giant palm slammed down and directly slapped the will doppelganger's power into pieces. Qi Heng and Pang were scared silly. The other party had a True God-level expert following them. While they were still in a daze, the Black Walk smashed toward them. Just as they were about to escape, Yang Wu slapped out with the Void Hand. They had no way out. They could only watch helplessly as the Black Walk came crashing down on them. They screamed. Their divine bodies cracked, and divine blood splattered. If they were just a little bit weaker, they would have been crushed to death. Light Seal. Qi Heng summoned a divine weapon and placed it on top of the Black Walk. This was a True God-level imprint. Pang also sent out a broken True God weapon. It was a divine saber that was broken in half. It still emitted a shocking divine light as it fought against the black walk. They thought they had a chance to catch their breath, but Yang Wu activated his immortal spiritual energy and swept his spear at them one after another, beating them to the point where they couldn't resist at all. As his cultivation level continued to grow, so did the power of his immortal foundation, which displayed the heaven-defying ability of his immortal physique. Without much surprise, Qi Heng and Pang Dapeng were suppressed by Yang Wu. These two people were very powerful. If he didn't cripple them, Yang Wu wouldn't be able to calm them down completely. Yang Wu wanted to use the soul control art to take down these two people, but he discovered that there was a powerful defense in the other party's divine court. It was most likely the same defensive method as the soul bell. Perhaps an expert had cast a spell on them, so there was no way to break it. Yang Wu brought them to a quiet place. Pill Elder appeared beside him and said, "Pill Elder, do you have a way to extract their souls?" Pill Elder replied, "I'll try." Although Pill Elder was formed from a medicinal pill, he was a special existence. He received a portion of Shenong's inheritance and cultivated various human cultivation methods. He was very powerful. His hands pinched Qi Heng and Pang Dapeng's heads, and he directly extracted their souls. As expected, their souls were suppressed by a soul weapon, so they wouldn't be easily injured by the power of the soul. "You dare to become enemies with my heavenly Emperor Hall? You're really tired of living," Qi Heng shouted. "As long as you're willing to let us go, anything can be discussed," Pang Dapeng said. "I'll interrogate each of you now. Whoever can answer my questions sincerely will have a way to live. If any of you dare to lie to me, then just wait to be turned into ashes," Yang Wu said coldly. Immediately after, he had Pill Elder knock Pang Dapeng unconscious, leaving only Qi Heng's soul. "Your position in the Heavenly God Hall might not be low, but you've fallen into my hands. Even if I kill you, your death will be in vain. So, answer my questions honestly," Yang Wu stated. He then asked, "Do you know about the Heavenly Palace in the Transcendent Realm?" "What Transcendent Realm's Heavenly Palace? I've never heard of it. It should be a force in the human realm called the Heavenly Palace. Have you heard of it?" "Human Realm's Heavenly Palace, that small force that received a fragment of my Heavenly God Hall's inheritance. You wouldn't be the child of destiny from the human realm, right? It seems like you've heard of it. Tell me honestly, why did you destroy the Heavenly Palace?" Yang Wu asked angrily. "Didn't I just say that they received a fragment of my Heavenly God Hall's inheritance and took root in the human realm? They actually weren't willing to listen to my Heavenly God Hall's orders. Isn't it normal for them to be destroyed?" Qi Heng said matter-of-factly. After pausing for a moment, he said, "You're the child of destiny from the human realm. Why don't you join my Heavenly God Hall? I guarantee that you'll receive the full support of my Heavenly God Hall. Your future is limitless." Chapter 1692. Qi Heng's answer did not satisfy Yang Wu. Yang Wu knocked him out again and began to interrogate Pang Pang. Pang Pang's answers were more or less the same, but there were also some differences. Heaven Palace once had a child of fortune, who had also joined Divine Temple. Later on, he had a falling out with Divine Temple for some unknown reason. Moreover, he had successfully escaped from Divine Temple's pursuit. Therefore, Divine Temple angered Heaven Palace and uprooted Heaven Palace. Yang Wu was more willing to believe the latter version. He then asked why Divine World valued the Child of Fortune so much. Pang Pang's answer shocked him. Every Divine Temple was capturing the Child of Fortune. They wanted to rob him of his fortune. Only then could they rely on this fortune to approach the human world and seize the power of the human world spirit. Yang Wu recalled the words of the human world spirit and confirmed that this was definitely not wrong. The human world was once destroyed and divided into 81 worlds. However, it still did not stop many peerless experts from occupying the human world and becoming a transcendent existence. Yang Wu understood how dangerous his situation was. He was afraid that many experts would come one after another to capture him. There might even be true god experts. I can't leave the medicine divine continent. Otherwise, I'll definitely die. Yang Wu concluded. Then, he said to Dan Lao, deal with them. Don't leave any traces. Qi Heng and Pang 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 were killed by Yang Wu decisively. He did not keep them as puppets. Divine Temple's power was too strong. He could not afford to be lucky. Not long after Yang Wu and Dan Lao left, a true god expert appeared nearby and searched for Qi Heng's life aura. Heng Er's soul lamp extinguished. Who did it? The true god roared. The surrounding creatures were so frightened that they did not dare to move. Tracing the origin. This true god expert took out the blood essence left by Qi Heng and forcefully reversed the situation. He also wanted to find out the cause of Qi Heng's death. The true god expert's methods were very strong. Unfortunately, Dan Lao's methods were not weak either. Even the aura of heaven and earth was completely obliterated. It was impossible to trace anything that happened not long ago. This true god expert was helpless. He could only speculate about Qi Heng's enemy. He even wondered if it was done by Divine Medicine Palace. So, he directly headed towards Divine Medicine Palace. Fortunately, Pill Elder's speed was faster than this true god expert. After he brought Yang Wu back to the Medicine God Palace, that true god expert chased after them without encountering them. After Yang Wu returned to the Medicine Divine Hall, he temporarily decided to head to the Sky Thunder continent. After his identity was exposed, it was really not appropriate for him to leave the Medicine Divine Hall. Instead, he settled down in the Medicine Divine continent and established his own faction first. Every High Elder of the Medicine God Palace could establish their own forces. They all had a strong appeal. As long as they did not do anything that violated the rules of the Medicine God Palace, it was fine. Moreover, they had to make contributions to the Medicine God Palace. Since I can't leave the Medicine Divine Land, I'll send someone to contact you. Who should I send? Yang Wu thought hard. He desperately wanted to reunite with Zuu. He wasn't afraid of death, but he was afraid that he would die before he could even see Zuu. That wouldn't be worth it. In the end, his gaze landed on the little man, who had just broken through to the deity realm. Perhaps she was a very good choice, but at the same time, he felt embarrassed. When he called the little man over, the little man noticed her young master's abnormality. She couldn't help but ask, "Young master, do you have something on your mind? Can you tell me about it?" She was such an understanding girl. Yang Wu sighed with emotion for no reason. He cleared his throat and said, "Little man, are you used to staying here? It's very good. The senior sisters here are all very good to me. It's just what? It's just that young master doesn't want me to serve you. Does young master dislike me?" The little man said, embarrassed. As a maidservant, she naturally had the responsibility to serve her young master. However, Yang Wu spent most of his time cultivating. When he wasn't cultivating, he didn't need her to serve him. She felt very apologetic. Yang Wu laughed heartily. He patted her head and said, "Don't speak nonsense. Why would I dislike you?" "Then why doesn't young master allow me to serve you?" "Because I've never treated you as a servant. I've always treated you as a younger sister. How can I let a younger sister serve me?" "Oh, as a younger sister, I can also serve my older brother. All right, I won't argue with you about this. Young master has something he needs your help with, but it might be dangerous. Young master can't bear to let you go. However, other than you, I don't know who else to trust." Yang Wu felt very troubled. After a pause, he said, "Forget it. I'll think of another way." When he made this decision, he felt that he was very selfish. How could he let little man bear such an important matter alone? Little man said excitedly, "Young master, what do you want me to do? Just tell me. I'll definitely do it beautifully for you." In her opinion, she was very happy that the young master could do something for her. Otherwise, she would always feel that she was an idle person. She would be too sorry for the young master. No need. I'll find someone else. I can't let you fall into danger. No, young master. It's rare for you to order me to do something. You definitely can't give it to someone else. Otherwise I'll cry for you. Little man also said with a temper. Yang Wu was helpless. He could only tell the little man what he wanted to do. Little man immediately patted her towering chest and said, Young master, leave this matter to me. I can do it properly for you. You're that confident? Yang Wu said in surprise. Yes. Actually, I've been to the Heavenly Thunder Continent before. Our savage state and the Heavenly Thunder Continent are right next to each other. If I knew that the young madam was in the Heavenly Thunder Continent, I would have gone to find her a long time ago. Little man nodded. All right, since that's the case, I'll let Qi Jin accompany you. Yang Wu felt a lot more at ease. The savage state and the Heavenly Thunder Continent were close, and she had been there before, so he wasn't so worried anymore. When he thought about how little man had to walk so far by herself, he couldn't help but feel sad for her. No need. Little White will accompany me. Qi Jin should stay by young master's side. Little man replied. Seeing that little man insisted, Yang Wu no longer forced her. He gave her a pile of pills and a pile of divine level stone, as well as the war god armor from Qi Heng's body. It had already been completely refined by Dan Lao, so there were no problems left. It could help little man have an extra layer of insurance. Little man was moved to tears by Yang Wu. Every time she met with Yang Wu would give her a pile of resources. He was really too good to her. Little man reluctantly left Yang Wu's side. She carried Yang Wu's instructions and went to look for Ziyuyu. I will definitely do the things that young master asked me to do beautifully. Little man encouraged herself in her heart. Yang Wu sent little man away. His heart was very depressed. Once upon a time, he was like a coward, staying in one place and not daring to go anywhere. Could it be that after coming to the divine realm and encountering so many pursuits, his spirit had been worn down? Let's put these things aside for now. I'll refine pills and refine 6 tribulation divine pills, or even 7 tribulation divine pills. Yang Wu made up his mind. The higher the level of pill refinement, the stronger the people he could recruit. Currently, he didn't have many people by his side. He had to make use of all the people he could. Huoshensi was the best candidate. If he nurtured him into a loyal little brother, he might be of great use. Qi Jin was also not bad. Unfortunately, he wasn't from the human race. He could only let him recruit other races. After making up his mind, Yang Wu called Huoshensi over. Huoshensi was now a high-level elder. He already had many deity-level guards and saint-level servants by his side. Moreover, he was also Shinnong's personal disciple. His status was so high that even the first palace master had to pay attention to him. The people by his side were all elite. Among them, the old butler, 6th Bro Hu, was the strongest. He was a peak deity-level expert. He also had a martial god-level guard called Dongfang Zhanlong. These 2 people were responsible for his safety. Moreover, they only listened to his orders. Even the Wonder Palace master, Qiao Yinyun, didn't have such qualifications. Currently, Qiao Yinyun's relationship with Yang Wu was very messy. Sometimes she would call him junior brother. Sometimes she would call him disciple. Sometimes she would even call him young ancestor. Yang Wu felt a headache coming on. He didn't know how to deal with this woman. But no matter what, the 2 of them had a good relationship. Nanshi, on the other hand, called Yang Wu junior brother as usual. She didn't know that Yang Wu was Shinnong's disciple. Nanshi had a good relationship with Yang Wu. She would often look for him to discuss pill refinement. Her speed of improvement was very fast. She had already successfully refined a 4th tribulation divine pill and became a high-level elder. At the same time, Nanshi's impression of Yang Wu grew. Unfortunately, Yang Wu didn't have such thoughts. She was destined to only have a one-sided love. When Huoshensi heard Yang Wu's call, he immediately rushed over to meet with Yang Wu. "Boss, my boss, you finally remembered me," Huoshensi said with a pitiful expression. He was originally a very handsome and confident god's son. After changing into the alchemist robe, he lost his sharpness and looked a little sloppy like an alchemist. "So miserable? This isn't like you." Yang Wu felt that Huoshensi didn't seem to be doing well. "There's nothing I can do. After coming here, I realized how big the gap is between me and those senior brothers and sisters. I'm being bullied every day. It's too sullen," Huoshensi grumbled. "Then do you want to come to the Wonderful Life Hall? I'll protect you." Yang Wu offered an olive branch. "Really? Didn't you say that the Wonderful Life Hall doesn't accept male disciples other than you? If I say so, of course you can stay." "Thank you, boss. But I'll stay in the Sunset Hall. Senior brothers and sisters treat me pretty well. It's just that I'm not good enough." "Up to you. I want you to join my marquee gang. What do you think?" "Boss wants to establish a force. Don't many elders in our medicine god hall do that? Why can't I?" "Alright, then I'll do it with you, boss." Huoshensi didn't have to consider it at all. He believed that with Yang Wu's ability, he would definitely be able to live a good life if he followed him. Just the fact that Yang Wu had become a high-level elder right after joining the Medicine God Hall and received the favor of the Wonderful Life Hall Master was enough to make him prostrate himself in admiration. Chapter 1693. After joining the Medicine God Palace, one could enjoy the benefits provided by the Medicine God Palace. Aside from reading pill recipes at the Alchemy Recipe Pavilion, one could also go to the ruins to comprehend the legacies, read the letters left behind by the various palace masters, and even get some free herbs. But these benefits couldn't be enjoyed all the time. Aside from the limited free time, one had to contribute to the Medicine God Palace. The contribution methods were similar to those of the Apothecary Alliance in the Transcendent World. For example, there were alchemy missions from all over the world. Completing the missions would give one the corresponding contribution points, which could be exchanged for other benefits. Yang Wu picked a few difficult alchemy missions to quickly refine pills. He also gave Huoshensi a chance to watch and give him pointers to help him improve. Huoshensi was shocked to see Yang Wu refining pills at full speed. He knew Yang Wu's alchemy ability was strong, but he never thought it would be to this extent. Every step was perfect and fast. There was no flaw to be found. "Good boy, if boss doesn't become a true god alchemist, I'll wring my head off and use it as a piss pot," Huoshensi exclaimed in his heart. Yang Wu continued to refine a few batches of pills. He was dissatisfied. "Without the baptism of divine lightning, the pills aren't the best. I need to go outside and refine pills." Therefore, Yang Wu rushed out of the Wonderful Life Palace and arrived at an open-air alchemy field. This was a mountain unique to the Wonderful Life Palace, and there was a grand array set up around it to stabilize the mountain. Even if divine lightning struck, it would not be destroyed. Huoshensi followed. Some disciples of the Miracle Life Palace also followed. These were all female disciples. They were beautiful and moving, and were extremely likable. In a place like the Miracle Life Palace, Yang Wu had become a male god in their eyes. Whenever he appeared, they couldn't help but take a few more glances. Yang Wu didn't care about the people around him. He directly started refining pills. With divine medicine, any alchemist present could do it. But there were very few who could control it as well as Yang Wu. His control of the divine fire was also very good. Unfortunately, they only felt that Yang Wu's movements were dazzling. They couldn't understand the profoundness of it. After an unknown amount of time, the sky suddenly changed. Rumble, rumble! Terrifying heavenly lightning struck down, scaring the living beings in the Wonderful Life Palace. There were many high-level alchemists in the Divine Medicine Hall, but most of them would enter the lightning isolation array to refine pills. They would not attract heavenly lightning. It would be strange if they weren't scared out of their wits when heavenly lightning suddenly struck down today. However, this was not what scared them the most. What scared them the most was that they saw Yang Wu rushing towards the heavenly thunder. F***ck. Boss, don't take things too hard. Huoshensi exclaimed. Nanshi, who had just rushed over, also shouted, Junior brother, what are you doing? Quickly dodge. My Prince Charming, why are you here? What are you so upset about? I can comfort you. Elder Yang Wu, don't be rash. That's divine lightning. You can't touch it. Could it be that he wants to fight against the divine lightning? This is courting death. Qi Jin was also paying attention to Yang Wu's actions, and he also felt a little alarmed. He thought to himself, is Master going to use the divine lightning to refine his body? This is a punishment that only our demon clan has to undergo. Could it be that he is also a demon clan? In the dark, the old butler Old Six Hu and martial god Dongfang Zhanlong were also staring at Yang Wu. Their faces were filled with shock. They were ordered to protect Yang Wu, but now they could only watch as Yang Wu rushed into the heavenly lightning that he attracted. They were powerless. Normally, when alchemists attracted the heavenly lightning, they would definitely use puppets to block it. They would not personally take the risk. Yang Wu did not do so. If they interfered, they would also be struck by the heavenly lightning. There was no way they could help Yang Wu share the burden of the heavenly lightning. However, what they saw was different from what others saw. They saw Yang Wu punching the heavenly lightning and not seeking his own death. Is Elder Yang Wu trying to defy the heavens? Dongfang Zhanlong said. Old Six Who bowed and said, the first tribulation is no problem. The second tribulation can also be blocked. However, the third tribulation is not so easy to block. Young Master Yang is too careless. We were able to withstand the first 3 waves of tribulation lightning. However, it would not be so easy for us to withstand the 4th wave. Even if we were to act, we would not be able to help Elder Yang Wu. What he should bear, he would still have to bear. Perhaps young Master Yang will give us a surprise. Yang Wu punched and shattered the power of the lightning. The first wave of heavenly lightning was unable to cause much damage to him. The scattered power was completely absorbed by the black demon lightning orb in his god's court. Too weak. Come at me more fiercely. Yang Wu roared. The second wave of heavenly lightning fell. Each of the heavenly lightning contained the power to destroy heaven and earth. Each of them were black demon heavenly lightning. Even mid-level god realm creatures would not dare to block them directly. However, Yang Wu continued to attack. Whether it was punches or kicks, he treated the heavenly lightning as a training target and shattered them one by one. This time, the power of the heavenly lightning was not only absorbed by the black demon lightning orb, but also by his heavenly lightning bone. He did not waste any of it. The lightning power only hurt Yang Wu a little bit. It did not cause any damage to him. When the third wave of heavenly lightning fell, the surrounding people's faces changed. It was the extremely rare dual-colored heavenly lightning. It was mixed with the power of 2 different types of lightning. It was like a lightning dragon raging down. The power of the heavens was extremely terrifying. The onlookers were deafened. Even Huoshensi and Nanshi had to retreat far away, afraid of being affected by the power. Yang Wu used the 9 lightning body tempering technique and continued to resist the third wave of heavenly lightning. The pain it caused was no less than the attack of a high-level god realm expert. This is more interesting. Yang Wu shouted with a hint of fanaticism. Punch after punch, he continuously hit the dual-colored heavenly lightning. He did not even use his defensive armor. 6th Bro Hu and Dongfang Zhanlong were shocked. Crazy, really crazy. 6th Bro Hu and Dongfang Zhanlong exclaimed in their hearts. They could see that Yang Wu was still in the early stage of the Jade Moon realm, but he could resist the third wave of heavenly lightning. It would be difficult to find a second person in the Medicine God Palace. The personal disciples of the various palace masters were all one in 100 heavens chosen in alchemy. But when it came to dual cultivation, there were only 2 or 3 of them. And of these 2 or 3 people, at Yang Wu's level, their martial cultivation was not as freakish. When the 4th wave of heavenly lightning fell, it alerted people from the other palaces. Many people looked over. They all wanted to see who was doing alchemy in the open. Was he not afraid of being killed by the heavenly lightning? The 4th wave of 3-colored heavenly lightning made the god-level creatures tremble. If they fell into it, they would die. Yang Wu started to feel the pressure. The black tortoise armor and the Emperor Jade armor appeared. He continued to resist until the end. As long as he could endure, his combat power would increase. After the 4th wave of heavenly lightning fell, the 5th wave of heavenly lightning appeared without any surprise. This time, the heavenly lightning appeared. It was like a lightning dragon, a lightning snake, or a lightning beast. They attacked Yang Wu crazily. It was as if they had a high level of intelligence. They were determined to kill Yang Wu. This time, Yang Wu's flesh was torn. No armor could stop it. He could only rely on himself. He had endured the refinement of the alchemy's secret realm and the bronze cauldron spirit. His physical body was already very strong. He did not fear pain. He only needed to protect his mind and spirit. He could fight until the end. He resisted with all his strength. Even if his physical body was destroyed, he did not give up. He also used the power of the immortal foundation and the path of life. He continuously converted power to heal his wounds. The black thunder demonic orb, the heavenly lightning bone, the blue demoness, and even the immortal peach tree, which had grown much stronger, were all absorbing this power to reduce the pressure on him. The 5th wave of heavenly lightning passed. Just when everyone thought it was over, the 6th wave of heavenly lightning suddenly fell. It was 5-colored heavenly lightning. It could also be called the Chaos Heavenly Lightning. This wave of heavenly lightning was frightening enough. Even a top-notch immortal state creature would not be able to withstand it. Unless it was a peak immortal state creature, who belonged to the martial god realm, they might be able to withstand it. This Chaos Heavenly Lightning was just a simple strike. A human-shaped lightning bolt landed on Yang Wu's body. It almost completely destroyed Yang Wu's physical body. Ah! Electric fork, help me! Immortal tree, help me! Yang Wu underestimated the terror of the Chaos Heavenly Lightning. He finally suffered. Once his physical body was completely destroyed, his vitality would definitely be damaged. The divine weapon Electric Fork erupted with a devouring power and devoured the Chaos Heavenly Lightning. The immortal tree was also absorbing the power of the Chaos Heavenly Lightning that had seeped into Yang Wu's body. The divine weapon Electric Fork devoured the power of lightning the fastest. It was as if as long as it was lightning, it would not reject it. However, the immortal tree only needed this kind of high-level power to nourish itself. It would not completely absorb the power of the Chaos Heavenly Lightning. It's over. Everyone only had one thought. They were sure that Yang Wu was going to die. Xiao Yinyan rushed out and shouted, "Disciple, why are you so stubborn?" She threw out a puppet in an attempt to help Yang Wu avoid the power of the Chaos Heavenly Lightning. However, it was too late. Some palace masters and grand elders could not help but rush over. If something happened to Yang Wu, how would they explain it to Shinnong? Pill Elder had already appeared nearby. He said faintly, "Don't worry. Young master will be fine." Pill Elder's words were still authoritative. Since he said so, everyone was slightly relieved. Yang Wu joined the Medicine God Palace for less than half a year, right? He has already become a 6th Tribulation Divine Alchemist? I was only able to refine a 6th Tribulation Divine Pill after reaching the True God Realm. How did he do it? As expected of old ancestor Shinnong's disciple. It won't be long before he catches up with our footstep. I just don't understand why he wants to refine pills here. Isn't it good to be able to isolate the lightning tribulation from refining pills in the palace? Perhaps this is where he stands out from the rest. A truly good pill will be perfect with the baptism of heavenly lightning. Chapter 1694. Sixth Tribulation Divine Pills and Seventh Tribulation Divine Pills would be refined by top alchemists. But when it came to divine pills, refining divine pills beyond the third tribulation was a huge hurdle. One had to have an incomparable understanding of alchemy, and one had to be incomparably skilled in alchemy. One had to be meticulous in alchemy. If one was careless, one could forget about refining emperor-level divine pills. There was a huge hurdle between the third tribulation divine pill and the fourth tribulation divine pill. This was also the reason why she had been stuck here for so many years. And after reaching the fourth tribulation divine pill, every tribulation would be incomparably difficult. Especially for the sixth tribulation divine pill that Yang Wu was refining, it was even more difficult. Even a true god alchemist could only refine a few of them. Yang Wu's alchemy talent was abnormal, but it was not as abnormal as when he resisted the divine lightning. The last wave of chaotic divine lightning would make even an ordinary true god expert's scalp go numb. A half-step true god expert would definitely not want to provoke it, but Yang Wu withstood it head-on and did not die. Even though his body was tattered, he was indeed not dead. He activated the Tao of life and the life jade essence in his body. A vigorous life force flowed, and the injuries on his body quickly healed. He ignored the pain and walked towards the pill furnace. When he lifted the lid, a strange light filled the air, and a burst of medicinal fragrance was intoxicating. He smiled with satisfaction. Sixth Tribulation 9 Revolutions Divine Pill, not bad, not bad. 9 Revolutions Divine Pill could make a true god expert's injuries recover quickly, and the depleted energy would completely return to the peak state in a short period of time. Good disciple, why did you make such a big commotion? Why didn't you refine pills in the palace? Qiao Yinyun landed beside Yang Wu and asked. Yang Wu bowed slightly to Qiao Yinyun, and then bowed to the other palace masters and grand elders. Pills that have not been baptized by divine lightning are not the best pills. Even so, the divine lightning you attracted is so terrifying, aren't you afraid of being struck to death by lightning? If I was afraid, I wouldn't have today's achievements. Qiao Yinyun immediately said to the disciples of the Wonderful Life Palace. Did you hear that? In the future, it won't be bad for you to be baptized by divine lightning. As for those who can withstand the lightning, let Elder Yang Wu pass it to you. Qiao Yinyun is wicked. After she finished speaking, she directly left. Yang Wu was stunned. When did he say that he would pass the method to others? This palace master really knew how to trick people. Not only the disciples of the Wonderful Life Palace, but also the disciples of the other palace masters. If they could obtain the method, they might be able to dual cultivate. One of the hall masters also said, "That's right. Elder Yang Wu's thunder crossing technique is unparalleled. His contribution will be of great merit to the Medicine God Hall. We will record it in the merit book and compensate you with contribution points." "Thank you for your trouble, Elder Yang Wu," someone else said. After they finished speaking, they left on the spot. Yang Wu had no problem passing on the method, but their cultivation levels were higher than Yang Wu's, so they didn't have the face to stay and listen. They could hear it clearly even if they were in the dark. "Elder Yang Wu, please pass on the method," someone called out. "Elder Yang Wu, please pass on the method," a group of people called out at the same time. Helplessly, Yang Wu could only clear his throat and say, "It's not that I can't teach you, but everyone must consider this carefully. This sect's method of transcending tribulation is extremely dangerous. It mainly relies on lightning to temper the body, so it's very easy for accidents to happen. If everyone ends up dying, don't blame it on me. Everyone saw how I transcended tribulation just now. If you're willing to listen, then stay and listen." No one was willing to leave. Even if they couldn't cultivate it, they could still remember it and pass it on to others. But they thought too much. Yang Wu emphasized, I can't pass on my method to two people. Listen carefully. Yang Wu passed on most of the mnemonics of the 9 lightning body tempering technique to everyone present. Moreover, he also permeated it with an irresistible will. If anyone were to pass on this secret technique, they would definitely be obliterated by his will. Only those who had reached the immortal realm could have such a method. The stronger the will, the stronger the killing power. Yang Wu had once merged with the will of the transcendent realm, so he had a deeper understanding of it. His control was even more exquisite. It was as if he had reached the immortal realm. After passing on the secret technique, he emphasized that he would establish the Marquis gang. He would be the gang leader, and Nan Shi and Huashensi would be his protectors. Anyone who wanted to join the Marquis gang could register with him. Then, he began to clear the area. He directly set up the array, leaving only the disciples of the Wonderful Life Palace. The others were chased out of the area, and he began to refine pills again. He wanted to refine more pills in one go. He wanted to find the right feeling and refine a tribulation divine pill as soon as possible. In the following days, the Wonderful Life Palace was filled with lightning tribulations from time to time. Everyone gradually became numb to it. On the contrary, many people began to join the Marquis gang. As long as they joined the Marquis gang, they could watch Yang Wu refine pills and discuss alchemy with him. Another faction in the Medicine God Hall didn't like Yang Wu's way of doing things. They wanted to reason with Yang Wu. Pulling people in like this was too much. Yang Wu directly opened a training hall and discussed alchemy with that person. This person was a disciple of the first hall master. His name was Jing Yixing, and he was a high-level elder. He was not more than 300 years old, and could be considered an extremely young high-level elder. He could refine a tribulation divine pill, and his realm was above Yang Wu's. He had reached level 5 transcending heaven realm. Jing Yixing was said to have the potential to become a true divine-level alchemist within 1,000 years. He was a prodigy who could stand shoulder to shoulder with Xiao Yinyun. He was also handsome. He wore an alchemist's robe and had the sun and moon on his left and right. He had an extraordinary aura. He looked at Yang Wu and discussed alchemy. Jing Yixing had formed a faction called the Life Pill Sect. He had roped in many young disciples, and it was the strongest group among the younger generation of the Medicine God Hall. Now that the Marquis gang had risen abruptly, they had snatched a lot of fresh blood from the Life Pill Sect. Moreover, Yang Wu's momentum was strong, forcing Jing Yixing to take action personally. The others simply didn't have the ability to challenge Yang Wu. The two of them discussed alchemy. They started from the shallow to the deep, and the more they talked, the more profound it became. More and more people gathered around, and they became more and more fascinated. Gradually, they sank into it and couldn't extricate themselves. Suddenly, a vision appeared in the world. It was as if an alchemist had opened his furnace to refine pills. Countless herbs fell like rain, and balls of divine fire burned. There was even the sound of thunder. The aura of the two of them became stronger and stronger. Yang Wu didn't move at all. He breathed in and out the golden word. Jing Yixing also responded continuously. However, in the end, he gradually became more and more strained. In the end, after being tongue-tied for half a day, he personally announced, "I am inferior to you. Thank you for letting me win." Yang Wu cupped his hands and said. Jing Yixing didn't become enemies with Yang Wu because of this discussion. Instead, he became best friends with Yang Wu. It was also a much-told story in the Medicine God Hall. In the following days, Yang Wu didn't refine pills anymore. Instead, he walked around the ruins of the Medicine God Hall to learn more alchemy method. Others couldn't sense it, but he used his immortal spirit body to trigger a reaction from these wills. He obtained the recognition of different wills and absorbed the inheritance within. In addition, He also entered a secret realm called the Divine Volcano. There was a divine fire seed there, and there were even some cultivation imprints left behind by Shenong. As Shenong's disciple, Yang Wu had the right to enter the secret realm to cultivate. He absorbed the divine fire here to help Lan Xiaoji become stronger. His own cultivation level also increased by quite a bit. Qi Jin was taken care of by Yang Wu. He was brought here. With the divine fire tempering his body here, he broke through to the mid-level Yao God realm. After Yang Wu completely familiarized himself with everything in the Medicine God Hall, he planned to go to some dangerous places in the Medicine God continent. He wanted to find opportunities to increase his strength. The little man went to the Sky Thunder continent and wouldn't be back for a year or so. He didn't plan to keep waiting, it would affect his progress. However, before he went to these dangerous places, people who called themselves the War Race came to visit Yang Wu. The War Race of the God Realm and the War Race of the Human Realm were inextricably linked. After Yang Wu came to the God Realm, he didn't consider going to the War Race state. He learned from Yu Huaijin that the War Race was made up of 8 great clans. The Xianyuan clan, Empress clan, and Yang clan were the leaders. The other clans followed. The various clans all lived and cultivated together. Although there was competition, there was rarely internal strife. It wasn't like the Transcendent Realm, where the various clans fought to the death. Yang Wu didn't go to the War Race because he didn't know how the War Race felt about the humans in the human realm. If he went to find them rashly, he was afraid that they wouldn't take him seriously. However, he didn't expect that the War Race would come to find him. "I'll go and see them." Now, Yang Wu's status couldn't be compared to before. Under the true God realm, he was on equal footing with anyone. Yang Wu went to the reception area outside the Wonder Life Palace and met with the War Race. There weren't many people from the War Race. There were only 3 people. One was Xianyuan Jiaoyang, one was Yang Zhangyang, and one was Qin Ku. The 3 of them were very young, and they were well-known figures among the younger generation of the God Realm. The War Race had always been united. There were many powerful battle constitutions. Even if they were only one of the major halls, they were still a very powerful force. It wasn't something that ordinary forces could provoke. The Medicine God Palace was a force mainly made of alchemists. It had a great relationship with the major forces of the various states. There were times when the War Race would ask for help from the Medicine God Palace. This time, the 3 from the War Race didn't come to the Medicine God Palace to make a deal with them. They came for Yang Wu. Both Xianyuan Jiaoyang and Yang Zhangyang were handsome heroes. Wearing divine armors, they looked like divine generals. Their auras were astonishing. Qin Ku was beautiful and outstanding. She was tall and wore sexy clothes. Her every frown and smile was full of moving charm. When the 3 of them saw Yang Wu, they were shocked. When they knew that a child of Aura had appeared in the human realm, and that it was a member of their War Race, they hurried over to find Yang Wu. However, they didn't expect Yang Wu to be so young. Moreover, his aura was not inferior to theirs. It even gave them a spirit that they couldn't look at directly. Chapter 1695. After Yang Wu ordered for tea to be served, he asked the 3 of them, "May I know why the 3 of you are looking for me?" Xianyuan Jiaoyang took a sip of tea and said, "May I know if you came from the lower realm's War Race?" "What's the lower realm?" "It's the human realm or the transcendent realm you're from." "What does it have to do with me?" "It's not a small matter. The lower realm's War Race is a branch of my War Race. You're from the lower realm's War Race, so you're one of us." Yang Wu looked at them and fell silent for a moment. Just as he was about to respond, Yang Zhangyang said, "You are a member of the Yang family, so you should come back with us to acknowledge your ancestors. There is no need to quibble, and there is no need to keep us in suspense. We already know your origins." After a pause, he added, "Someone from the lower realm has already arrived at the War Race." Yang Wu raised his eyebrows and looked at Yang Zhangyang. Yang Zhangyang's face was filled with disdain. He didn't put a sixth tribulation divine alchemist in his eyes. He took a sip of tea and said, "It's true that I'm from the human realm, but I'm now an elder of the Medicine God Hall. I won't be going to the war race for the time being. If others respected him, he would respect them 10 times over. If others didn't put him in their eyes, then he wouldn't put them in his eyes either." Yang Zhongyang's tone was too arrogant. He didn't like it. "You want to forget your ancestors?" Yang Zhongyang said loudly. "Zhongyang, control your temper," Xianyuan Jialiang said. "Brother Liang, he's a divine alchemist. He's not giving us any face," Yang Zhongyang said sarcastically. "You're right. Just based on your appearance, I really disdain to acknowledge this so-called ancestor. Moreover, I've heard that the Divine Realm's war race was established by our human realm's war race's ancestor. Logically speaking, the Divine Realm's war race is a branch of our transcendent world. We are the true ancestors' branch. Where did you get the confidence to act so high and mighty before me?" "Men, send this guest out," Yang Wu said in a deep voice. "Elder Yang Wu, don't be anxious. Let's talk things over. We're all on the same side, so there's no need to get angry over a few words," Qin Ke said with a smile. Then, she continued, "I've seen Sister Huowu. She admires you very much. She should have come to see you this time. However, she hasn't been in the divine world for long. She prioritizes cultivation. So, she sent the 3 of us to see you instead." "Fire Dance is here?" Yang Wu was slightly surprised. Xianyuan Huowu was the same as him. She had also entered the top 1,000 of the All Saints Palace and had the qualifications to enter the divine world. He was not very surprised that she had entered the divine world, but he was surprised that she had already gone to the war race. When he thought about how Xianyuan Huowu might have come to the divine world earlier than him, it made sense. "That's right. You and Fire Dance are a match made in heaven. Could it be that you're going to ignore her?" After she came to the clan, there were many heroes who pursued her. Qin Ke said again, "She and I are only good friends. It's normal that she has so many people who like her." Yang Wu replied. Then, he said seriously, "You guys can go back. I've already taken root in the Medicine God Palace. I won't leave this place. If there's a chance in the future to go to the war race state, I'll definitely pay a visit." He did not say this out of spite. He was speaking the truth. He could not leave the Medicine God continent in the first place. Otherwise, he would have gone to find you long ago. He would not joke around with his life. It would not be too late to leave the Medicine God continent after his strength improved, and he could at least escape from a true God realm expert. You don't know how to appreciate favors. Do you really think that you can ignore our war race just because you've become an elder of the Medicine God Palace?" Yang Zhongyang shouted. "If you dare to say another word, do you believe that I'll kick you out?" Yang Wu said coldly as he looked at Yang Zhongyang. They both had the surname Yang. It was impossible to write 2 Yangs. Yet, the other party was being so overbearing. Did he really think that he was easy to bully? "You dare!" Yang Zhongyang shouted. "Kick him out for me!" Yang Wu ordered without hesitation. Just as he finished speaking, a strong gust of wind blew past and swept towards Yang Yang. Before Yang Yang could react, he was directly thrown out of this place. Although Yang Zhongyang's temper was a little bad, his strength was very strong. He had just stepped into the connecting heaven realm and was able to challenge a mid-level deity realm life form. Moreover, he was a member of the war race. That was a force that even the Imperial Hall was not afraid of. That was why he spoke so aggressively. Another point was that he was certain that Yang Wu was a member of the Yang family. Even in the Medicine God Palace, Yang Wu did not dare to be too presumptuous. In the end, Yang Wu really gave him an unforgettable lesson. Both of you have seen it. It's not that I'm not sensible. It's just that he doesn't put me in his eyes. Both of you, please leave. Yang Wu said indifferently. Qin Ke glanced at Xianyuan Jiaoliang and then looked at Yang Wu and said, Zhang Yang is too arrogant. It's only right to teach him a lesson. However, you shouldn't joke about your own future. The war race has the inheritance of the true God realm, especially the inheritance of your Yang family ancestors. You have the blood of the Yang family flowing in your veins. You can obtain the inheritance of the true God realm and enter the true God realm in just a matter of time. With your talent in alchemy, becoming a true God alchemist is inevitable. If you're willing to follow us back to the war race, we can deal with Zhang Yang. She paused for a moment and said, "The Son of Fate is incomparably dangerous in the divine realm. The Medicine God Palace may not be able to protect you. If the Medicine God Palace can't protect me, I'm afraid the war race may not be able to protect me." Yang Wu replied. Qin Ke smiled and said, "That's not necessarily true. In our war race's territory, we have the final say. The Medicine God Palace is open to the public. There are many miscellaneous people." One had to admit that Qin Ke was beautiful and her voice was incomparably pleasant. "I appreciate your kindness. Men, give me a few divine pills as a return gift. See them out." Yang Wu didn't hesitate to send them away. He was also generous, directly giving them divine pills. The divine pills he refined were at least fourth tribulation divine pills. Without a certain price, they couldn't be bought outside. Xianyuan Jiaoyang and Qin Ke were at their wits' end. Yang Wu was too stubborn. After they left the Medicine God Mountain, Yang Zhangyang cursed, Ingrate, how dare he treat me like this? If I meet him outside in the future, I will definitely teach him a lesson." How can an alchemist who can refine sixth tribulation divine pills be ordinary? Moreover, he is the Son of Fate. Xianyuan Jiaoyang said, then he continued, "You need to change your bad temper, or you will suffer a great loss." Qin Ke continued, "That's right. Don't be so impudent until you reach the true God realm. If he wanted to kill you just now, no one can save you. That brat is still too insensible. Without the protection of our war race, how can the Medicine God Palace protect him? The Son of Fate hasn't appeared in our war race for many years. The elders in the race hope that we can persuade him to go back, and not arrogantly ask him to go back like you. It seems like we have to think of another way. Wait for your fire dance to come out. She will have a way. I'm afraid it won't be long. Many forces are already eyeing covetously. In the wonderful Life Palace, Yang Wu waited for the three to leave and fell into deep thought. At first, he thought that the three of them were sincerely inviting him to the war race. Now, it seemed like it was because of his identity as the Son of Fate. "All of you can't wait to get the Son of Fate on me, but I won't let you all have your wish." Yang Wu muttered and decided to go into seclusion for a long time. He told Sixth Brother Hu that unless the little man came back, he wouldn't meet anyone, not even the palace master. He wanted to go into seclusion. Going into seclusion at this time was a very good opportunity. Various forces were eyeing him. It might not be a bad thing for him to disappear for a period of time. Especially when he was in the limelight in the Medicine God Palace, he should keep a low profile. Just as Qin Ke said, the Medicine God Palace might not be safe. It was inevitable that there would be spies planted by others. Yang Wu went into seclusion for 3 years this time. If it wasn't for others disturbing him, he might not have come out of seclusion. 3 years' time was merely a snap of a finger to a deity realm powerhouse. Many creatures of this level would go into seclusion for 10 years, or even 100 years, just to break through to a higher realm. In these 3 years, Yang Wu's harvest was not small. Especially in martial cultivation, he had a new breakthrough. This breakthrough did not refer to the realm, but the direction of cultivation. There was a big difference between the God realm and the transcendent realm. The Tao here was complete. This was also the Tao loss when he broke through to the Jade Moon realm. Through these 3 years of exploration, he adapted to the Tao of the God realm. It helped his martial cultivation to take another step forward, and his explosive combat power would be even stronger. This time, he came out of seclusion because of news about the little man. The little man was detained by the Purple Firmament Palace. Unless Yang Wu personally rescued her, she would be imprisoned forever. The one who brought the news back was the little man's personal dog, Little White. After Yang Wu heard the news, he was instantly furious. The Purple Firmament Palace is really bold. Isn't that so? The Purple Firmament Palace is too bold. They don't put you in their eyes at all. Little White maintained his small appearance and said in a sweet voice. Yang Wu had no choice. He decided to make a trip to the Sky Thunder State himself. Whether it was to save the little man or to see Yu, he had to make a trip. He could not continue like this. He did not act rashly. He took the bone-changing pill, again, and used the art of 10,000 transformations to change his appearance. Only then did he set off with Qi Jin and Little White. He did not bring anything else. It was not because he was arrogant, but because he was afraid that others would recognize his identity. Only by going light could he act according to the plan. He also informed Dan Lao. He had to let Dan Lao secretly follow him on this trip. Dan Lao agreed without hesitation. Dan Lao almost never left the Medicine God continent. If those Emperor-level fellows found out that he was a medicinal pill, they would probably capture him and bring him back to refine. But for Yang Wu, he still agreed. Just like this, Yang Wu quietly left the Medicine God Palace. Chapter 1696. Medicine God Mountain's Miracle Life Hall had long become the target of attention of many forces. When Yang Wu left the Miracle Life Hall, there were people secretly following him to confirm whether or not he was Yang Wu. Yang Wu's transformation technique was unparalleled in the world. Even the divine mirror that could see through nothingness could not distinguish his identity. Moreover, Dan Lao had secretly done something. Naturally, no one knew that he had left the Medicine God Palace. Yang Wu did not leave through the Medicine God Palace's spatial gate. Instead, he had Dan Lao bring him to the Medicine God Palace's other large cities in the Medicine God continent. Only then did he begin to use the spatial gate to shake off some tales. The distance between the Heavenly Thunder State and the Medicine God continent was also very far. One had to pass through several states, and from the Medicine God continent, one had to pass through the Savage State, which was the world of the barbarians. Once, Little Man said that she was brought to the barbarians by her master. However, not long after, her master abandoned her. Later, Little Man traveled the world alone. It was not easy for a girl like her to travel so many states. 3 years ago, she successfully arrived at the Purple Firmament Hall. Unfortunately, she did not meet Ziyu as she wished. The people of the Purple Firmament Hall said that she was in seclusion and would not receive guests. Little Man could only wait near the Purple Firmament Hall. However, after waiting for a long time, no one sent any news of Ziyu. When she went to the Purple Firmament Hall again, she was captured by the people of the Purple Firmament Hall. However, the people of the Purple Firmament Hall did not make things difficult for her. Instead, they handed her over to Ziyu. The two of them finally met. Little Man thought that she could smoothly bring Ziyu out of the Purple Firmament Hall. Unfortunately, the Purple Firmament Hall already knew that Yang Wu had arrived in the God Realm and did not allow them to leave. Moreover, they were forced to call Yang Wu over. Naturally, they were unwilling. However, they could not resist the Purple Firmament Hall's tricks to divide them. They threatened Little Man that if she did not call Yang Wu over, they would kill Ziyu. The Little Man was scared out of her wit. After struggling for a while, she sent Little White back to tell Yang Wu the news and let her young master make the decision. She believed that the young master would definitely have a way to resolve it. Yang Wu was an elder of the Hall of Healing. Would the Purple Firmament Hall dare threaten him? After 3 months of twists and turns, Yang Wu finally stepped into the territory of the Purple Firmament Hall. Right now, he was an ordinary-looking young man. He was riding on the back of a firebird like a travel-worn warrior. There was nothing strange about him. No, if one looked closely, they would discover that there was a little white dog in his arms. Along the way, he had not been followed or chased by anyone. It could be seen that his art of 1,000 transformations was indeed unique. Just as he was about to enter Xixiao City, Dan Lao's voice rang out, "Young master, someone is coming. Are you here for me?" Yang Wu asked. "Possibly." Dan Lao responded. You don't need to make a move unless it's a dangerous situation. Ordinary opponents can't do anything to me." Yang Wu responded. In front of Yang Wu, a dozen figures appeared in front of him. They quickly spread out and surrounded Yang Wu. Yang Wu pretended to reveal a trace of panic. "What are you doing?" A middle-aged man riding a thunderhawk stepped out and said, "Yang Wu, stop hiding. We know you're here." Yang Wu's eyes flickered. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Heh, look at the little dog in your arms." The man laughed, then continued, "We knew you were here when we set foot in the Sky Thunder Province." Yang Wu looked at the little white dog in his arms and immediately felt helpless. It looked like the Purple Firmament Hall had been waiting for him. He had already hidden Little White well, but it was still discovered. It looked like someone had done something to Little White. Little White said innocently, I'm innocent." Yang Wu didn't blame it. He said to the Purple Firmament Hall's people, "Let's go. I want to know what the Purple Firmament Hall wants to do." Yang Wu changed back to his original appearance and followed the Purple Firmament Hall's people. At the moment, it wasn't appropriate to go against the Purple Firmament Hall. He only wanted to save people. Everything else could be discussed. The Purple Firmament Hall's people were very satisfied with Yang Wu's attitude. It was naturally best if they didn't have to fight. Just like that, Yang Wu followed the Purple Firmament Hall's people to the Purple Firmament Hall. The Purple Firmament Hall was located in a place with dense thunder and electromagnetic field. They specialized in the power of thunder and lightning. This place, which often had thunder and lightning, was the best place to cultivate. In the vast Tianlai state, the thunder and electromagnetic fields were denser, especially near the Tianlai mountain. The Tianlai mountain was the largest secret realm in the Tianlai state, and the Tianlai sect was built near the Tianlai state. It occupied a better location than the other forces like the Purple Firmament Hall, and it was also the most powerful. This was also where the Purple Firmament Hall couldn't compare. After Yang Wu arrived at the Purple Firmament Hall's territory, he sensed the dense power of thunder and lightning here. The black demon Thunder Orb in his divine court also became much more active. The leader of the Purple Firmament Hall said, "Young Master Yang, what do you think of our Purple Firmament Hall?" In front of them, there were densely packed palaces built in the mountains. There was an incomparably dense purple aura lingering around, as if there were purple thunder dragons circling around. It was indeed astonishing. "Very good," Yang Wu replied. "The terrain here wasn't too bad compared to the Medicine God Hall. The difference was that the heaven and earth xianqi between the two places was different. If young Master Yang can stay in our Purple Firmament Hall to cultivate, your strength will definitely improve very quickly." "Haha, I don't have such good fortune." "That's hard to say." When Yang Wu arrived at the entrance of the Purple Firmament Hall with the people of the Purple Firmament Hall, an elder of the Purple Firmament Hall came out to welcome him. The standard of this welcome was quite high. Dozens of high-level elders and ordinary elders came out together, and one of them was even the deputy hall master. It was just like welcoming a sect master of a force. Yang Wu was slightly surprised when he saw this lineup. He didn't understand what the Purple Firmament Hall was trying to do. He could only deal with all changes by sticking to the status quo. "Haha, I've long heard that God Master Yang Wu is a young talent. Today, I see that you are indeed a dragon among men. Your presence brings light to our Purple Firmament Hall." The deputy hall master of the Purple Firmament Hall laughed. Yang Wu complained in his heart, "If you didn't force me to come, would I have come? You're too polite. I think you know why I'm here. Can you release my people first?" Yang Wu went straight to the point. God Master Yang Wu, don't be anxious. Your maidservant is fine now. If she loses a single strand of hair, you can only blame me. Please come to the hall for a chat. I'll order someone to bring her to see you, the deputy hall master of the Purple Firmament Hall, Zhongzhini, said with a smile. Yang Wu hesitated. Once he entered the Purple Firmament Hall, it would be difficult for him to escape. However, if he didn't go in, he couldn't bring her away. Young master, please be careful. Dan Lao's voice sounded. If you don't enter the tiger's den, how can you catch the tiger cub? If I continue to be so timid, then I won't be me. Yang Wu thought to himself and then said to Zhongzhini, then I'll have to trouble you. Zhongzhini didn't expect Yang Wu to respond so quickly. He was a little surprised. The Purple Firmament Hall was an old power. Their own territory could be said to be heavily guarded and densely covered with divine formations. Even if a true god expert barged in, it would be difficult to come out. Yang Wu didn't have a choice. If he didn't go in, he wouldn't be able to see the little man, let alone Zuu. Unless he didn't care about their lives. Since he came, he made the decision to risk his life. There were things a man should do and things he shouldn't do. Although it was very impulsive, he still didn't hesitate. Yang Wu thought too much. The Purple Firmament Hall didn't plan to use force against him. After leading him to the main hall, they ordered people to serve him good tea and warmly entertained him. Moreover, they directly called the little man out. Young master. After the little man saw Yang Wu, she cried with grievance. Yang Wu looked at the safe and sound little man and let out a sigh of relief. He walked over and patted her head. Don't cry, don't cry. Young master is here. Young Master Yang is really a sentimental person. It's little man's fortune to have a young master like you, Zhongzhini said with a smile. He then said, this time we had no choice but to let young Master Yang come here. Young Master Yang is very biased against the Purple Firmament Hall. Tell me what you want. I want to see my wife, Yu. No matter what you want, I can agree to it, Yang Wu said to the Purple Firmament Hall seriously. Haha, young Master Yang is a straightforward person. As long as you're willing to stay in the Purple Firmament Hall and become an elder of the Purple Firmament Hall and swear loyalty to the Purple Firmament Hall, you can see Yu. However, whether or not you can be together with her will depend on your ability, Zhongzhini said with a laugh. Okay, I'll stay. Yang Wu didn't hesitate at all. If he agreed, he would still be alive. If he didn't, he would most likely die on the spot. Good. Men, take Elder Yang away and arrange a beautiful place for him. When the hall master returns, we'll hold the conferring ceremony. Just like that, Yang Wu stayed in the Purple Firmament Hall. Young master, you shouldn't have come. They won't let you see young madam. After Yang Wu was settled, the little man couldn't wait to say, if I didn't come, would they let you go? Yang Wu asked in return. The little man was instantly speechless. All right, since I'm already here, I'll take things as they come. Nothing will happen. Yang Wu said with a faint smile. Then, he said, tell me about Yu. Young madam is very good. It's just that she's not happy. She's always thinking about you, young master. Especially after she found out that you've come to the god realm, she missed you even more. She really wants to take the initiative to find you, young master, but the people of the Purple Firmament Hall won't allow her to take even half a step out of this place. In addition, they've even prepared a marriage for her. The little man said. Who do they want to betroth her to? Yang Wu's face was already suffused with traces of anger. Young hall master. The little man replied. Then, she said, oh right, young madam wants me to remind you that you must not let the people of the Purple Firmament Hall know that you have a divine weapon electric fork. Otherwise, you'll definitely attract even more trouble or even a fatal disaster. Divine weapon electric fork? Yang Wu muttered. Then, he sneered, let's see if they have the ability to snatch it away. Everyone wanted him, the son of fate. The purple firmament hall wanted to seize him here and not let him see you. How could it be so easy? Since Yang Wu dared to agree to their request, he had a plan to deal with it. Now, he had to see if the following events would play out as he imagined. The son of fate, Yang Wu, was in the purple firmament hall. This news quietly spread throughout the Sky Thunder continent. Chapter 1697. The Son of Fortune that appeared once in 1,000 years. Every time it appeared, the Son of Fortune that came to the God realm would undoubtedly be the target of the various Overlord-level forces. Only by obtaining the fortune of the human realm would these Emperor-level experts be able to get close to the human realm and not be suppressed by the human realm's Tao. Their goal was to seize the power of the human realm's boundary spirit and become a unique god in the human realm. They could even become a transcendent living being and dominate a world. Even the living beings of the celestial realm yearned for the power of the human realm's boundary spirit. The Purple Firmament Palace naturally left Yang Wu behind for the sake of the human realm's fortune. However, this fortune couldn't be forcefully seized. It needed to be acknowledged by Yang Wu and given up on this fortune to successfully transfer it. Even a true god expert couldn't control Yang Wu's soul and make him transfer the fortune. Therefore, the various forces would basically bribe the Son of Fortune or cultivate the Son of Fortune to make them willingly hand over their fortune. Of course, there were also some Emperor-level forces that had special secret techniques that could deprive others of their fortune. The upper echelons of the Purple Firmament Palace were secretly discussing Yang Wu's matter. Yang Wu is obviously deeply in love with Yu, otherwise he wouldn't have come personally. I think we can let him meet Ziyu and give him some benefits so that he'll stay willingly. You all know what kind of situation Ziyu is in. We definitely won't allow her to marry someone else. Besides, Yang Wu won't be loyal to our Purple Firmament Palace so easily. We should find an outstanding woman in the palace and use the great enchantment spell to gain his favor. Everyone's suggestion is good, but I think this child knows when to yield and won't give in easily. Why don't we try the ancient method and see if we can deprive him of his fortune? I think we can invite a true God Grand Elder to come out and take him as a disciple. When he's deeply grateful, he'll naturally circulate his fortune. The Purple Firmament Palace was also doing this for Yang Wu's providence. After some discussion, they decided to use a two-pronged approach. First, they would have Ziyu meet Yang Wu. Then, they would have the other women interact with Yang Wu. They would even invite a true divinity expert to take him as a disciple. If that didn't work, then they would forcefully seize his destiny. Of course, they wouldn't arrange for Yang Wu to meet Ziyu so quickly. At the very least, they wanted to wear him down first. Yang Wu also relaxed and temporarily stayed in the Purple Firmament Hall. In less than 2 days, guests came to the place where he was staying. She was a charming woman, born with a natural charm, comparable to Yang Manfan of the Yang family. She was even more enchanting than her. Every step she took was graceful, and every look in her eyes could make one's blood boil. She also had a head of long purple hair that reached her waist. She was like a purple fairy, beautiful and charming beyond compare. You are. Yang Wu looked at the bewitching woman in front of him, and his eyes were a little dazed. He had seen many beautiful women, but he rarely saw one as attractive as the one in front of him. Perhaps only Yu Huaijin could compare to her. There was one thing that Yu Huaijin couldn't compare to, and that was that the woman in front of him was a human, while Yu Huaijin was from the Foxman race. Yang Wu wasn't interested in other races. The little man beside Yang Wu couldn't help but marvel at the beauty in front of him. She was very elegant. She was Lei Taohua, like a peach blossom loved by all. I am Taohua. Greetings to Elder Yang Wu. Lei Taohua's voice was like the sound of nature, trickling into one's ears and intoxicating. Yang Wu looked at the woman warily and said, "What's the matter?" "Elder Yang Wu, you are a little nervous. Are you afraid of me? I am your neighbor, and in the future, we will all be on the same side. I just came over to say hello." You don't think that I am here to seduce you, do you? Lei Taohua said with a faint smile. It had to be said that this woman had a way with words. She immediately spread the topic, making it very convincing. You are the peach blossom goddess? The little man said softly from the side. You know me? Lei Taohua looked at the little man and said, I heard the young mistress mention you before. She said that you are a very good sister, and that you are especially strong. The little man said truthfully. Who is the young mistress? Oh, it is my young master's wife, Yu. He, so it is that girl, Yu. So Elder Yang Wu is the man that she has been thinking about day and night. You are indeed extraordinary, even this servant's heart is moved. Lei Taohua smiled with her peach blossom eyes. She then said, I heard that Elder Yang Wu is especially good at refining pills. I wonder if you can help me refine a cauldron of pills? I can't. Yang Wu said without understanding the situation. He then said, Before I see you, I am not in the mood to refine pills. Please forgive me. You are really devoted to little sister Yu, Lei Taohua said. She then said, I will bring little sister Yu to see you. Just don't say that I did it. After saying that, she really left Yang Wu's courtyard and went to find Ziyu. Not long after, Ziyu was really brought over by her. Yang Wu was stunned. What kind of play was this? Husband! Ziyu cried out in surprise when she saw Yang Wu. She threw herself into Yang Wu's arms without hesitation. When he hugged that warm body, he knew that it was real. Lei Taohua and the little man tactfully retreated. After a while, Yang Wu pulled away from Ziyu. He opened his soul eye. He wanted to see clearly if the person in his arms was Ziyu. His soul eye fell on Ziyu. She didn't resist. She blinked her moist eyes and looked at Yang Wu and said, Husband, it's really me. Ziyu was much more voluptuous than before. Her charming face was still the same as before. Her purple hair was tied up high, and she looked much more capable than before. Her purple clothes wrapped around her graceful figure, and the curves of her body were beautiful and moving. After Yang Wu confirmed that it was Ziyu, he hugged her tightly in his arms again. Slug, I really missed you. Thinking about it, they hadn't seen each other for nearly 20 years since they parted at the Purple Firmament Palace. Although 20 years wasn't much for high-level martial artists, it was still far too long for a couple like them who rarely got together. Slug, it had been too long. Ziyu couldn't help but cry. Ever since she was brought from the mortal world to the transcendent world, her fate had always been out of her control. Even now that she had the strength of a 4th-level Jade Moon, she was still a weakling that others could easily bully. If it wasn't for the fact that she had a special place, she would have long since become a victim of the strong. Yang Wu didn't hesitate to kiss Ziyu. Unfortunately, before he could touch her lips, a strong force bounced them away. What's going on? What did they do to you? Yang Wu looked at Ziyu with a puzzled expression. It's nothing. It's just a little trick. They're afraid that I'll get intimate with you. Ziyu replied sadly. She then said, Husband, you shouldn't have come. If you had waited a little longer, I would definitely have been able to find you. How long would it take for you to find me? I'm already very happy to see you now. So what if I have to stay in the Purple Firmament Palace forever? Husband, you really plan on staying? Of course. For you, I can do anything. You've already done a lot for me. Let me do something for you next. I won't allow them to make things difficult for you. Don't worry. No one can make things difficult for me. The two of them unknowingly chatted for an hour. It seemed like they still had a lot of things to talk about. Ahem, little sister Yu, that's enough. Otherwise, if the old ancestor finds out that I did this in secret, I'll be in trouble. Lei Taohua's voice came from outside. Husband, I should go back. Otherwise, I'll cause trouble for you. Ziyu said reluctantly. And go back. There's still a long way to go, Yang Wu said with a smile. Today, he was already very satisfied to be able to see Ziyu. Just as Ziyu was about to leave, a person angrily rushed into Yang Wu's courtyard and roared, "Lei Tao Hua, this is what you did. Who allowed you to bring Ziyu here?" The person was an extraordinarily handsome young man. He wore a suit of battle armor and held a halberd. His entire body rippled with killing intent. It was obvious that he had just rushed back from outside. "Zi Xinghe, you'd better watch your mouth." Lei Tao Hua was not someone to be trifled with. How could she not respond when someone insulted her in public? "You know that Yu is my fiancé, yet you still brought her to see this brat. Are you deliberately trying to make me a cuckold?" Zi Xinghe said with dissatisfaction. Then, he walked towards Ziyu, who was walking out. He reached out to grab Ziyu. Ziyu naturally avoided him and said coldly, "I'm not your fiancé. Don't touch me." Zi Xinghe smiled and said, "Yu, have you still not realized the truth? You are my wife. I don't care if you've had a man in the human realm. Now you belong to me. If anyone dares to touch you, I will kill them." When he said this, he glared at Yang Wu, his eyes filled with a strong sense of warning. Yang Wu did not even reply. He raised his hand and slapped at Zi Xinghe. Zi Xinghe did not think that Yang Wu would dare to make a move, but his reaction was not slow. When Yang Wu hit him, Zi Xinghe raised his arm to block the attack. At the same time, his other hand was also aimed at Yang Wu's face. Zi Xinghe's attack was not inferior to Yang Wu's. Yang Wu's figure flashed back and dodged the slap. Zi Xinghe took the opportunity to kick at him again. Yang Wu did not retreat this time. Instead, he kicked back and their legs collided. Bang. Both of their legs were like tendons made of steel. When they collided, sparks seemed to fly. Neither of them took half a step back. Instead, they continued to kick each other. Their legs kept crossing, and in the blink of an eye, they had crossed more than 100 times. A voice came from outside the room, "If you've had enough, then stop." This was the voice of a true god powerhouse. It forcefully separated the two of them. Zi Xinghe looked at Yang Wu coldly and said, "You have some skills. However, you will not have a good time in the Purple Firmament Hall. If you know what's good for you, hand over your destiny to me and get lost. If you know what's good for you, then don't provoke Yu anymore. Otherwise, even if you are the Heavenly King, you will not have a good time," Yang Wu replied coldly. "You dare to say such things in the Purple Firmament Hall? You have guts." Zi Xinghe was so angry at Yang Wu that he turned around and left. When he left Yang Wu's courtyard, his right leg was trembling. "Ouch! It hurts." Chapter 1698. Zi Xinghe was the young lord of Purple Firmament Palace and an amazing son of God. He was also a famous existence among the younger generation of the God realm. Today, he had competed with Yang Wu in terms of physical strength, but he had not gained the upper hand and was even weaker. He was unable to accept this fact. He had been favored by the heavens since he was young. How could he allow such a thing to happen? Moreover, he had taken a liking to Ziyu, and the palace had been pushing for this matter. As long as he could take down Ziyu, he would be able to obtain the Imperial Thunder Technique. Purple Firmament Palace would definitely become a top force. Now Yang Wu had come to Purple Firmament Palace. Originally, he wanted Zi Xinghe to give Yang Wu a show of strength. However, who knew that Yang Wu's strength was not inferior to his? He had to think of another way. "I really don't know what the palace is thinking. What son of destiny? Can't they just take control of him?" Zi Xinghe muttered to himself in dissatisfaction. Then, he said, "Let's see if Peach Blossom is of any use. Otherwise, I can only use my method to make him obedient. I still lack a capable servant. A divine alchemist as a servant is not bad." Ziyu also left Yang Wu's courtyard. There was no need for much nonsense between her and Yang Wu. Their love was not something that others could understand. They both believed in each other, and the only thing they needed to do was to work hard to become stronger. After Ziyu left, Lei Tao Hua often came to look for Yang Wu. At first, Yang Wu still dealt with her patiently. After all, without her, he would not have been able to see Zuu. However, after she came a few times, he felt that she had ulterior motive. This woman was too beautiful and too enchanting. When she expressed her intimacy with any man, not many men could resist her advances. When a man chased a woman, there was a mountain between them. When a woman chased a man, there was a veil between them. In order to avoid being disturbed, Yang Wu went into seclusion. Someone from Purple Firmament Palace came to express that a true god powerhouse was willing to accept him as a disciple, but he declined with the excuse of going into seclusion. He would consider everything after he came out. When Yang Wu was in seclusion, something big happened in the Purple Firmament Hall. At first, the people from the Purple Firmament Palace thought that these representatives had something to discuss with the Purple Firmament Palace. In the end, they were just inquiring about Yang Wu. The Purple Cloud Palace naturally denied this matter. Once news of Yang Wu becoming a member of the Purple Firmament Palace spread, even the Purple Firmament Palace would not be able to withstand it. They would have to hand over Yang Wu. The Child of Destiny was something that all major powers wanted. Just as the Purple Firmament Palace was thinking of a countermeasure, the Heavenly Thunder Gate's true god experts and martial god experts arrived. Purple Firmament Palace, hand over the Child of Destiny, Yang Wu. The true god expert's voice rang out in Purple Firmament Palace's territory. Apart from that, the other overlord of the Sky Thunder Continent, the Cloud Clan, had also sent a true god expert. I would like to invite pharmacist Yang Wu to the Cloud Clan as a guest. Please send him out, the Cloud Clan's true god expert said faintly. Apart from these two overlords, there were many other powers watching from afar. They wanted to fish in troubled waters. The entire Purple Firmament Palace panicked. The news of Yang Wu coming to the Purple Firmament Palace was a secret. No one would spread it. Could there be a traitor in the Purple Firmament Palace? The Purple Firmament Palace's Supreme Elder appeared and shouted, "What are you two trying to do? Do you think the Purple Firmament Palace has no one? Haven't I made myself clear?" The Heavenly Thunder Gate's true god expert said aggressively. "We are allies with the Medicine God Palace. Since you have captured pharmacist Yang Wu, the Cloud Clan can't just ignore it," the Cloud Clan's true god expert said. "We don't have the person you're talking about. Please leave. This is the Purple Firmament Palace's territory." Stubborn, the Heavenly Thunder Gate's true god expert shouted. He did not waste any more time and attacked directly. The Cloud Clan's true god attacked too. They were all powerful true gods. After they attacked, there was a strange phenomenon in the universe. Boundless heavenly thunder appeared crazily and there were layers of clouds. Boundless energy collided continuously in the sky. The battle caused a huge commotion in the Sky Thunder State. At that moment, the people from the Medicine God Palace had received the news. The experts from the branch in the Sky Thunder State had rushed over to ask for Jian Wushuang. In an instant, the Purple Firmament Palace was in a terrible fix. They could withstand the pressure from various forces in their own territory. However, with so many forces pressuring them, they could not take it. In the Purple Firmament Palace, the upper echelons of the Purple Firmament Palace were discussing how to solve the problem of Yang Wu. If they did not send Yang Wu out, they would be besieged by various forces. They would also offend the Medicine God Palace. In the future, they could forget about getting any elixirs from the Medicine God Palace. They might even be banned. As things stood, the Purple Firmament Palace decided to send the hot potato out. They could not withstand the attacks of so many external forces. However, before that, they had to give Yang Wu one last chance. They invited Yang Wu to the hall of the Purple Firmament Palace. The Purple Firmament Palace master met Yang Wu personally. He was a man who looked like he was in his 30s. He was handsome and there was lightning surrounding his body. His aura was shocking. "Yang Wu, did you arrange everything outside?" The Purple Firmament Palace master looked at Yang Wu and asked seriously. Yang Wu replied, What happened outside? I am not sure what you mean. For the past few days, all forces knew that you were in the Purple Firmament Palace. Are you sure you did not spread the news? Palace Master, you overestimate my ability. When I came to the Purple Firmament Palace, I did not dare to expose my whereabouts. Before I reached the Purple Firmament Palace, I was brought here by your people. Moreover, I did not leave this place at all. How could I spread the news and let the world know? All right, let's pretend that what happened outside has nothing to do with you. I want to trade the fate of the human world with you. You name a price. As long as the Purple Firmament Palace can do it, we will try our best to satisfy you. If you are not willing to trade, we will have to use force, the Purple Firmament Palace Master said straightforwardly. As his voice fell, a powerful aura shrouded Yang Wu. It was the power of a true god. As long as Yang Wu said no, he would be punished and forcefully taken away. Haha, I knew you had other intentions. Yang Wu laughed. Then, he said in a deep voice, there is nothing impossible about wanting the fate. As long as you let me take Yu away, I will give you the fate. Yu has already been betrothed to the young palace master. There is no need to mention this condition again, the Purple Firmament Palace Master replied. Then, he said, there are several beautiful goddesses in the Purple Firmament Palace. For example, Peach Blossom is very good. She also has a good impression of you. As long as you agree to hand over the fate, Peach Blossom will be yours. Moreover, there is a large number of divine stones waiting for you to use. In addition, the Purple Firmament Palace can provide a large number of medicinal materials for you to refine pills. As for divine weapons and divine skills, we will try our best to satisfy you. This is our greatest sincerity. All right, deal, Yang Wu said decisively. Then, the Purple Firmament Palace Master looked surprised. Clearly, he did not expect Yang Wu to change his mind so quickly. Then, he laughed and said, very well, we will immediately carry out the fate exchange. After the exchange, those conditions will belong to you. Don't rush. Let me ask you, do you know what fate is? Yang Wu asked. This question stumped the Purple Firmament Palace Master and the people present. Fate was originally an illusory thing. Not many people had seen it, let alone know what it was like. A true god expert said, that is the aura that you are close to the human realm. It exists in the deepest part of your body. As long as you sense it, you will discover its existence. This aura is very different from the aura of the divine realm. It is very easy to distinguish. Sir, you know it very well. Then, do you know that it is easy for me to hand over my aura, but difficult for you to catch it? Because you are from the divine realm, not the human realm, fate is naturally repelled by you. Even if I give it to you, you will not be able to catch it. Everyone was silent. They knew that Yang Wu's words were not wrong. Indeed, it was not something that anyone could handle. Without waiting for them to answer, Yang Wu said, I am willing to give this fate to you. What tricks are you trying to play? An elder of the Purple Firmament Palace questioned. In front of you, what tricks can I play? I am only afraid that you will not fulfill your promise to me, Yang Wu responded. All right, bring Ziyu, the Purple Firmament Palace Master said decisively. Ziyu had lived in the human realm since she was young. Since she was close to Yang Wu, it was best for her to catch Yang Wu's fate. Once Yang Wu handed over his fate, they would send Yang Wu away to divert the attention of the force. Sooner or later, Ziyu would be loyal to the Purple Firmament Palace. After all, the lives of Ziyu's parents were her weakness. Ziyu was brought over. This was the second time that Yang Wu and Ziyu met in the Purple Firmament Palace. Ziyu looked at Yang Wu with a worried expression. She was worried for Yang Wu. She said to the Purple Firmament Palace Master and everyone present, Palace Master, please let Yang Wu go. I am willing to hand over the Imperial Thunder Technique. The Purple Firmament Palace Master and everyone present were overjoyed. The Imperial Thunder Technique was very important to them. It was no less important than the fate. However, Zhu's level was still low. She had not received the complete Imperial Thunder technique. Yu, it's good that you are so considerate. Now you have something more important to do. Once you are done, I will let Yangwu go. You don't have to worry, the Purple Firmament Palace Master said with a smile. Before that, let little man go first. Yangwu made another request. After you hand over your fate, I will send you all out together. No, let's send little man out first. Otherwise, I will not hand over my fate. You are indeed a man who values relationships. Men, send Yangwu's maidservant, little man, out of the Purple Firmament Palace and out of Purple Firmament City. The Purple Firmament Palace Master did not care about little man. She was just a maidservant. There was not much use in keeping her. After little man was sent away, Yangwu said to Yu, I will give you a portion of the fate I obtained from the human world. Relax your body and mind completely. Do not resist. It will not hurt you. In the future, when you return to the human world, you will receive great benefit. Zhu knew that this was related to Yangwu's life. She also saw his decision in Yangwu's eyes. She nodded and said, Okay, I will not resist what is yours. In the next moment, Yangwu closed his eyes and began to sense the fate in his body. He separated the aura that the boundary spirit had left for him from the deepest part of his body and gave it to Zhu. Swish. Chapter 1699. Strands of light merged with Zhu, causing her to become even more holy. At the same time, divine weapons resonated with their bodies. They were the lightning hammer and the electric fork. They were a pair of divine weapons to begin with. Their owners had to resonate with them before they could use them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to gain their recognition. Previously, when Yangwu and Zhu met again, he had this inexplicable feeling. Now, he was even more certain that if the lightning hammer and electric fork combined, they would definitely be invincible. Unfortunately, they were still weak. They still needed to endure. When they reached the peak of the divine realm, they would be able to fight against the true God realm together. It wouldn't be too late to combine the two divine weapons then. Yangwu really did give Zhu his luck. However, he didn't give her all of it. He only gave her half of it. There was a reason why he did this. In the future, when the two of them were together, they would each have half of the luck. It wouldn't be difficult for them to return to the transcendent world. Moreover, the two of them could increase their connection with each other. Zhu could sense Yangwu's intentions. She silently accepted it and thought to herself, I will not let my husband down in this life. Everyone in the Purple Firmament Palace was an expert. They could feel that Yangwu had really transferred his luck to Zhu. They all revealed satisfied smiles on their faces. Rumble! Rumble! All of a sudden, a terrifying power exploded, causing their palace protection divine formation to shake. How dare you touch the divine alchemist of our medicine god palace? Purple Firmament Palace, how dare you? Quickly release my disciple. I will use all the power of the medicine god palace to flatten your Purple Firmament Palace. A delicate voice rang out. Everyone in the Purple Firmament Palace heard it clearly. Qiao Yinyun had arrived. When Yangwu heard this voice, he was extremely touched. His master was still very protective of him. The expressions of everyone in the Purple Firmament Palace changed. They didn't expect the Medicine God Palace to make such a big move for Yangwu. If they didn't release him, it might really bring disaster to the Purple Firmament Palace. Release him. Then, he said to Yangwu, Godly Apothecary Yangwu, this is your compensation. As for Peach Blossom, as long as you like her and are willing to marry her, we will agree. He threw an interspatial ring to Yangwu, which contained his personal savings. There were a large number of natural treasures in it. Yangwu benefited from it. Originally, he didn't want to give anything to Yangwu. Instead, he wanted to hand over Yangwu and let those people outside snatch him away. Who would have thought that Xiao Yinyun would rush over so quickly? Yang Wu took the interspatial ring without hesitation. The Purple Firmament Palace Lord emphasized, "Godly apothecary Yang Wu is still an elder of the Purple Firmament Palace. If you want to come back, you can come back at any time. We will also treat you well. We will not mistreat her. Don't worry." He was reminding Yang Wu not to speak carelessly when he went out. Yu was still in their hands. Yang Wu smiled and said, "Thank you for your reminder, Palace Lord. I will be back." After speaking, he looked at Yu affectionately before turning around and walking out of the palace. On this trip, he was able to save the little man and see Yu. It was not a loss for him. Outside the Purple Firmament Palace, there were already many experts gathered. Moreover, they were all existences in the true God realm. Every one of them was as vast as the sun and moon. It was hard to look at them directly. Xiao Yinyun didn't come alone. Beside her, there was another beautiful woman. Her strength was also in the true God realm. At such a realm, it wasn't difficult for her to recover her youthful appearance. That beautiful woman was Xiao Yinyun's good friend. She was Yun Yufan from the Yun clan. She was more delicate than Xiao Yinyun. She was the kind of gentlewoman who appeared to be well educated. If others looked down on her because of this, they were destined to be unlucky. When she was young, she was already a goddess. Now that she was a true God realm expert, how bad could her methods be? Xiao Yinyun and Yun Yufan had known each other for many years. It wasn't strange for them to appear here at the same time. Moreover, when the Child of Destiny was said to be in the Purple Firmament Palace, the experts of the Yun clan were already on the move. After knowing that it was Xiao Yinyun's disciple, Yun Yufan also came out of seclusion. However, no one thought that Xiao Yinyun would directly attack the Purple Firmament Palace's protective array. This was publicly slapping the Purple Firmament Palace's face. It was even more excessive than what the Heavenly Thunder sect did. This was the confidence of the Medicine God Palace Lord. "It seems like you don't want to hand him over. Don't blame me for being impolite." Xiao Yinyun saw that the Purple Firmament Palace didn't move after a long time and wanted to attack again. The Grand Elders of the Purple Firmament Palace were ready to stop her at any time. At this moment, Yang Wu came out. "Disciple, are you all right?" Xiao Yinyun asked after seeing Yang Wu. Her face was filled with concern. Yang Wu shook his head and said, "I'm fine. Master, let's go." "Why are you leaving?" "Master will seek justice for you. Otherwise, everyone will think that the people of the Medicine God Palace are easy to bully," Xiao Yinyun said loudly. At this moment, the Purple Firmament Palace Lord came out with the higher-ups of the Purple Firmament Palace. He said, "Palace Lord Xiao, please don't be angry. Divine Pharmacist Yang Wu and the goddess are friends of the human realm. He just came to the Purple Firmament Palace to meet an old friend. I didn't expect to cause such a big misunderstanding. I apologize to the Medicine God Palace on behalf of the Purple Firmament Palace and also to Divine Pharmacist Yang Wu." After saying this, the Purple Firmament Palace Lord even bowed. It could be said that he was very sincere. He had no choice but to do this. Even if he was in front of the various forces, he had to do this. They had obtained destiny, but they couldn't be targeted by the Medicine God Palace because of it. "Is what he said true?" Xiao Yinyun asked Yang Wu. Then she added, "Isn't it to take away your destiny?" Yang Wu shrugged and said, "You can say that. There's no need to look into this matter. Master, let's go." Xiao Yinyun said, "If you've been wronged, just tell me. I'll seek justice for you. Although a force like them has a good foundation, it's not too difficult for the Medicine God Palace to destroy them." Then she pointed at Yun Yufan and said, "This is a great beauty from the Yun clan. You can call her martial aunt. She's Master's sister. She can call a bunch of lovers to work for her at any time." Yun Yufan glared at Xiao Yinyun and said, "Can you be a little more forgiving with your mouth? Aren't you afraid that you'll really ruin my reputation?" Hee, let's see if my disciple has the courage to hit on you. Xiao Yinyun laughed. Then she said, forget it. Since you're fine, we'll leave. Next time, remember to tell me when you go out. Otherwise, if you get bullied by others, I won't be able to help you. It's too boring. When the people around her heard her words, strange expressions appeared on their faces. This woman really knew how to play around. So it's master's pleasure that I get bullied? Yang Wu was speechless. Your master is like this. Come, let's go to the Yun clan as a guest. No one will dare to be impudent, Yun Yufan said from the side. They didn't stay there any longer. Yun Yufan led them to the Yun clan. The experts from the surrounding forces didn't act rashly. With the Medicine God Palace and the Yun clan here, even the Heavenly Thunder sect wouldn't dare to act rashly. The Yun clan was located in the northwest of the Heavenly Thunder continent. They occupied a total of 3 prefectures, which belonged to 3 different empires. They were all under their control and paid tribute to the Yun clan every year. The geniuses of these empires were all sent to the Yun clan to cultivate and increase their strength. In the end, they were even given the surname, Yun. In the Yun clan's territory, everyone was proud of the surname, Yun. Yun Yufan was a grand elder of the Yun clan. She led Xiao Yinyun and Yang Wu directly into the Yun clan's territory. The Yun clan mainly cultivated water-profound qi. The place where they lived was also surrounded by lake. The water-profound qi was extremely dense. The hazy heaven and earth were mesmerizing. The upper echelons of the Yun clan wanted to receive Xiao Yinyun but were stopped by Yun Yufan. She brought Xiao Yinyun and Yang Wu to her Yuya pavilion. It was a very unique independent courtyard located on a lake island. Yun Yufan and Xiao Yinyun's relationship was very good. The two of them spoke very casually and without any restraint. Yang Wu heard a piece of news from them. Xiao Yinyun didn't come purely for him. She came because of the strange phenomenon that appeared in the Heavenly Thunder continent recently. The changes in the Heavenly Thunder Mountain are becoming more and more frequent. In the past, it was only the divine lightning that descended that became more and more concentrated. Now, even the mountain is becoming bigger. The people of the Heavenly Thunder sect are constantly paying attention. There are also true gods who want to climb the mountain to take a look. Unfortunately, after entering, their soul lamps are extinguished, Yun Yufan said to Xiao Yinyun. Xiao Yinyun revealed a serious expression. Even the mountain is changing. Could it be that this mountain is a divine treasure? How can there be such a big divine treasure? It's possible that it's an immortal treasure, but it doesn't seem like it, Yun Yufan said. Then, she continued, there is indeed divine lightning fire there. There are even true gods. Are you sure you want to go and take a look? Yes. Recently, the speed of my improvement has slowed down a bit. The strange phenomenon of the Heavenly Thunder God appeared. There might be a great opportunity. I can go and collect the divine lightning fire to increase my firepower and improve my cultivation. You're taking a risk. How can you improve quickly without taking risk? Look at those who cultivate step by step. Which one of them can improve as quickly as I can? Especially those alchemists. They're all refining medicine until they're old. Their cultivation doesn't improve and they don't have much future. Look at my disciple. He's different. He can withstand the divine lightning and cultivate. He's young and he's already a 6th tribulation alchemist. He's a guy who loves to take risks. Yang Wu spread his hands innocently. He didn't want to respond to Xiao Yinyun. Right? Did the people of the Purple Cloud Palace take away your luck? Xiao Yinyun asked. Yang Wu replied, of course they took it away. Otherwise, why would they let me out? Preposterous. Why didn't you say that in front of their palace? Xiao Yinyun said angrily. As they said, I know someone who's in their hands. Yang Wu replied. Then, he emphasized, that's my wife. Your wife? What's going on? Yang Wu didn't hide anything. He told Xiao Yinyun some things about himself. Since it was already like this, there was nothing to hide. Moreover, he didn't feel that Xiao Yinyun and Yun Yufan had any ill intentions towards him. Infatuated child. Not bad. Chapter 1700. The change in Sky Thunder Mountain not only caused a huge commotion in Sky Thunder State, but it also spread to other states. The existence of Sky Thunder Mountain caused the lightning power in Sky Thunder State to be extremely dense, creating a group of powerful lightning cultivators. All along, lightning cultivators' combat power was more tyrannical than other martial cultivators' combat power. The strength of the warriors in Sky Thunder State was also generally ranked above other states. Especially a powerhouse like the Sky Thunder Sect, their combat power was even stronger. The Sky Thunder Sect relied on Sky Thunder Mountain to build. The change in Sky Thunder Mountain affected them the most. Although the increase in lightning power was beneficial to their cultivation, it also had a huge disadvantage. The lightning power was too tyrannical and difficult to absorb. Many warriors were unable to refine it and even suffered from painful torture. This was still a small matter. What really gave them a headache was that if Sky Thunder Mountain continued to change, their sex land would be affected. Even their many years of accumulation would be destroyed in an instant. The Sky Thunder Sect immediately sent true god experts to the Sky Thunder Mountain to investigate. Within the Sky Thunder Mountain, they also had some special cultivation areas, so they were very familiar with the Sky Thunder Mountain. However, there were still some secrets at the peak that they couldn't figure out. There was a terrifying true god-level lightning at the peak, so it wasn't easy to touch it. In order to understand this change, the Sky Thunder Sect invited a veteran true god to ascend the mountain peak. In the end, he never returned. This caused a huge commotion. The Sky Thunder Sect sent out many true god experts, wanting to understand the situation here. Some of the powerhouses in Sky Thunder State also came. They were also very curious about Sky Thunder Mountain. It was rumored that this was a sacred mountain that fell from the sky. Unfortunately, no one was able to unveil its true veil. Did this change mean that a corner of the sacred mountain's secret was about to be revealed? Xiao Yinyun and Yun Yufan headed to Sky Thunder Mountain. Yang Wu also accompanied them. Yang Wu originally didn't want to go. However, Xiao Yinyun said that she wanted to protect him and insisted on dragging him along. Yang Wu felt that Xiao Yinyun was right and agreed. He also wanted to see the difference between Sky Thunder Mountain and Transcendental World's Thunder Mountain. As for the little man, she was originally going to be sent back to the Medicine God Palace, but she insisted on returning to the Desolate State, so Yang Wu could only let her be. Right now, the little man was also considered a divine-level expert, and she also had the protective measures he had bestowed upon her. Nothing would happen to her easily. When Yang Wu saw the number 1 mountain of the Sky Thunder Continent, he was stunned. This Heavenly Thunder Mountain was extremely similar to the Heavenly Thunder Mountain in the Transcendental Realm. The only difference was that the lightning powers here were extremely violent. It was not something an ordinary person could directly absorb and refine. Lightning flashed all around the mountain, and layers of dark clouds covered the peak of the Sky Thunder Mountain, making it impossible for anyone to see through the layers of mysterious veils at the peak. Majestic and spectacular, the lightning was like dragons and snakes, vast and astonishing. When they were about to approach, a powerful creature shouted, "The Heavenly Thunder Gate has sealed the mountain. Anyone who approaches will be killed." This was a thunder pattern demon. It belonged to the demon race and was very powerful. It was a powerful demon race creature within the Heavenly Thunder Sect. "Disciple, go and teach it a lesson," Xiao Yinyun said. Yang Wu's face instantly darkened. Why did he feel like he was a servant being ordered around? "Stop messing around. Let's go directly," Yun Yufan said. Yun Yufan said as she waved her arm. A gentle power of clouds enveloped the Thunder Mark demon and sent it flying. This was the power of a true god. "Aya, he's a young man. There's nothing wrong with giving him some training," Xiao Yinyun said angrily. Yun Yufan ignored Xiao Yinyun. Instead, she glanced at Yang Wu and said, "The heavenly Thunder Gate only bullies the weak. As long as you're stronger than them, they won't even dare to fart." The Cloud race was indeed an ancient family. They dared to look down on the heavenly Thunder Gate. A voice rang out, "So it's Mistress Yun. No wonder you're so arrogant." The next moment, a boorish man wearing battle armor flew through the air. The Heavenly Thunder Gate's supreme protector, Lei Taijing, was a famous expert. When he was in the connecting heaven realm, he was a martial god. Now that he had entered the true god realm, he had even more powerful technique. Yang Wu looked at this person. It was as if he had brought endless lightning with him. The aura he emitted was incomparably dangerous. You can't solve the problem, but you don't allow others to come and take a look? Do you really think the Heavenly Thunder Mountain belongs to your Heavenly Thunder Gate? Yun Yufan looked at Lei Taijing and said, "The Heavenly Thunder Mountain is related to the situation of the Heavenly Thunder Prefecture. My Heavenly Thunder Gate is closely related to the Heavenly Thunder Mountain. Naturally, we have the responsibility to protect the Heavenly Thunder Mountain. Mistress Yun, your cloud race doesn't cultivate the power of lightning. Why are you here?" Lei Taijing looked at Yun Yufan greedily. Yun Yufan was the #1 beauty of the cloud race. Who knew how many people coveted her? Unfortunately, her standards were too high and she had never married. Some people said that her cultivation partner had died in an accident and she had decided to become a widow for him. No matter what the reason was, it was right that she hadn't married yet. It's just as you said. The Heavenly Thunder Mountain is related to the situation of the Heavenly Thunder Prefecture. My cloud race naturally has the responsibility to protect it, Yun Yufan replied. Then, she said, could it be that you want to stop us? Lei Taijing glanced at Xiao Yinyun, who was beside Yun Yufan, and said, "The Temple Master of the Wonderful Life Palace has also come. Naturally, she won't stop you. However, you two delicate beauties should be careful. The divine lightning is merciless. It's easy for you to suffer. You're not even afraid of being struck by lightning when you look like that. Since we're so beautiful, there's even less reason for us to be afraid," Xiao Yinyun replied. Lei Taijing was quite choked by Xiao Yinyun's words. He didn't argue with her anymore. He turned around and walked towards the Heavenly Thunder Mountain. Dozens of true God experts had already gathered near the Heavenly Thunder Mountain. All the major forces of the Heavenly Thunder Prefecture had sent people over. In addition, there were also many divine-level creatures. Among them, there was no lack of martial gods. Ordinary divine-level creatures didn't have the qualifications to join in the fun at all. The Heavenly Thunder Mountain was slowly growing bigger. Countless divine lightning bolts would occasionally descend, causing a huge change to occur in this place. The Heavenly Thunder Gate's old gate master said loudly, "The Heavenly Thunder Mountain is undergoing a huge change. I hope that everyone can temporarily put aside their prejudices and work together to understand the changes. If there is an opportunity, everyone can take it." The Heavenly Thunder Gate had sent out a total of 8 true God experts. Their auras were all soaring to the heavens. They each held a divine weapon and wanted to rush to the peak of the Heavenly Thunder Mountain to investigate. "This is what we should do," a true god from another force stood out and said. "The Heavenly Thunder Mountain hasn't changed for 10,000 years. If there is a sudden change, I'm afraid that a huge change has occurred. We must go up and take a look. If something happens to the Heavenly Thunder Mountain, our Heavenly Thunder Prefecture will probably be deprived of the power of lightning of this divine mountain. This will change the situation of every prefecture. I am willing to go with you. I think that we should do our best to stop the changes in the mountain and take a look. Perhaps we will discover something else." The true God experts who came here were all people who were full of confidence. Naturally, they didn't want to stand by and do nothing. Perhaps going up was filled with danger, but there would definitely be great opportunities. Thus, the various true God experts used their powerful divine power. First, they suppressed the changes in the heavenly Thunder Mountain. Then, they rushed up to see if there were any other discoveries at the peak of the mountain. Dozens of true God experts attacked at the same time. The vast power created could change the appearance of a region. An earth-shattering power enveloped the heavenly Thunder Mountain. Endless true God consciousness pressed down on the heavenly Thunder Mountain. The heavenly Thunder Mountain had existed for a long time. The mountain was extremely sturdy. Once, a true God attacked it, but he couldn't damage it at all. Now, with so many true gods acting at the same time, would they succeed in suppressing the changes in the mountain? Yang Wu looked at this scene from afar. He was extremely shocked. As expected of a true god of the Nine Suns realm. This is the goal that I yearn for, Yang Wu thought to himself. A true god should have the strength of a true god. The Jade Moon realm's heaven-piercing realm was only a false god. Only those who reached the Nine Sun realm were true gods. The majestic power enveloped the mountain, suppressing the changes in the mountain. Unfortunately, it didn't last for long. The dark clouds in the sky became denser and denser. Bolts of 5-colored divine lightning struck down and bombarded the true gods. This was a terrifying sea of chaos lightning. Even a true god expert would feel their scalp tingling. When the true gods resisted the chaos lightning, the mountain changed again. It continued to expand slowly in all directions. Countless lightning bolts intertwined together, forming one after another strange runes. They looked like an array formation, but also like a charm. It was extremely mysterious. Not only that, but the heavenly Thunder Mountain also emitted a tempting light. It was as if a divine fruit was about to be born, or a divine treasure was about to appear. Accompanied by strange cries, the heavenly Thunder Mountain was drowned by the chaos lightning. Yang Wu was very far away from the heavenly Thunder Mountain. He was deafened by the terrifying thunder, but he still managed to catch the sound of a dog barking. He exclaimed, "Could it be Little Hay?" Little Hay left the heavenly Thunder Mountain in the Transcendence realm, leaving behind the innate dragon and phoenix sword. They hadn't seen each other for many years. Could it be that the heavenly Thunder Mountain in the celestial world and the heavenly Thunder Mountain in the Transcendence realm were related? Yang Wu was anxious. He wanted to get closer to take a look, but the true god-level power and chaos lightning were already so terrifying. If he rushed over, he would only die. So now, he could only wait and see. The true gods were not to be trifled with. They resisted the chaos lightning with all their might. Furthermore, they even rushed up, trying to break through the chaos lightning and reach the summit. The heavenly thunder sect's old headmaster raised the heavenly thunder all and pierced it towards the sky like a lightning dragon roaring. The other heavenly thunder sect's true gods also held their weapons and rushed up together. The power they unleashed was earth-shattering. Other than that, the other true gods didn't dare to hold back. They all took out their weapons and rushed up. Many true gods were blasted apart by the chaos divine thunderbolts, and they were so scared that they ran away. These were all low-level true gods. Only the mid-level true gods and above could barely withstand the chaos lightning. The heaven and earth seemed to be collapsing, and the commotion caused by the chaos was terrifying. All living beings within 100 miles were scared out of their wit. Even the god-level living beings didn't dare to stay any longer, fearing that they would be affected by the true god's power. Only a few daring ones dared to stay in the vicinity. But even then, they were all 50 miles away. Woof woof. Chapter 1701. The true gods of the sky Thunder Mountain had interfered with its changes and attracted the chaotic divine lightning. The commotion caused was so great that the entire continent could vaguely feel it. Many weak creatures were scared out of their wits. Once something happened to the Sky Thunder Mountain, it would not only affect the fate of the area around the Sky Thunder Mountain, but also the fate of the entire continent. Everyone was praying that nothing would happen to the Sky Thunder Mountain. As the dozens of true gods ascended, the chaotic divine lightning seemed to decrease. The changes of the mountain also slowed down a lot. The immortal level creatures in the surroundings heaved a sigh of relief. This proved that the true gods had stopped the changes of the mountain. Perhaps they could change the situation. It was also at this time that the lightning on the sky thunder mountain turned into patterns. They looked like natural formation patterns, but they also looked like they were imprinted with some method to seal the sky thunder mountain. Among them, waves of intoxicating power seeped out. Some of the living beings absorbed a wisp of energy, and their cultivation levels immediately increased significantly. The other living beings also discovered this situation, and they all exclaimed in unison, "Is that the legendary immortal chi? The power is too pure." "No, it's the thunder origin energy. Could it be that it exists in the sky thunder mountain? I need this power. I just need to absorb a few more breaths and I will be able to level up." Is this the secret of the sky thunder mountain? The mysterious power that has been sealed. As long as we can break it, we can all benefit. What are we waiting for? Think of a way to break the seal. I feel that there is a higher level divine treasure there. After the chaotic divine thunder was contained, those martial gods approached the sky thunder mountain. The level of the power that seeped out was too high. It could be immortal chi, or it could be the power of thunder origin, or it could be the existence of other divine treasures. They did not want to miss such an opportunity. Yang Wu also felt the unique power that seeped out. He realized that there was immortal chi, which was the thunder origin energy. The immortal peach tree and the immortal root desired this power. This was not the only reason that made him stay. Another reason was that he seemed to hear a dog barking. He suspected that little Hay was here. Without hesitation, he quickly flew towards the sky thunder mountain. All these years, even though he had gotten rid of little Hay and was able to take care of himself, he still remembered the kindness that little Hay had shown him. Without little Hay, he would not be where he was today. If little Hay was here, he would definitely not abandon her. He sensed that little Hay seemed to have encountered some trouble. At the same time, Yang Wu completely unleashed his absorption ability. The 9 profound arts, the immortal immortality peach tree, and the power of the immortal root were all madly absorbing the special power that was seeping out from this place. Yang Wu's absorption speed was terrifying. It was much faster than ordinary god-level creatures. It could be compared to true god-level creatures. He had been in seclusion for 3 years. His cultivation had reached the peak of the 3rd level of the Jade Moon Realm. He was only 1 step away from the 4th level of the Jade Moon Realm and becoming a mid-level god-level creature. This was a crucial step. Once he took it, his battle prowess would increase greatly. However, he needed to accumulate more power. It was not something that could help him break through immediately. He needed more power. After all, there were still 2 great immortal essences in his body that needed to be nourished. Over the years, the immortal immortality peach tree had been growing very well, and it had a lot to do with Yang Wu's continuous breakthroughs. Every time Yang Wu advanced, a large amount of worldly energy would gather, and the immortal immortality peach tree would be nourished by it. Now, it was no longer a small tree. If it was transplanted outside, it would be at least half the height of a human. It had also grown many new branches and leaves, and there were even more dewdrops on the leaf. No one knew when it would grow into a towering tree. To the immortal immortality peach tree, every strand of high-level energy was very important, and it was nourishing its growth. Yang Wu's immortal root was even more so. It had already grown to the size of a palm and was many times thicker than before. A large amount of energy kept surging towards Yang Wu and entering his body. This energy was becoming more and more violent. It was filled with the destructive power of the lightning origin. Absorbing a small amount of energy would not be a problem. However, absorbing so much energy at once was something that not even a god-level creature could withstand. The creatures here were either martial gods or top-level god-level creatures. They were all experts of the sky thunder state. They were all carefully absorbing the energy. When Yang Wu broke in and absorbed most of the energy, it attracted the attention of the creatures. The energy that had leaked out was not much at first. Now that Yang Wu had absorbed so much energy, some of them were unhappy. Where did this stinking brat come from? How dare you steal food from the tiger's mouth? A creature shouted and raised his hand to slap towards Yang Wu. This was not a human. It was a demon that cultivated the power of lightning. This palm was like a ball of lightning that exploded. It contained a terrifying destructive power. Even a high-level god-level creature would not be able to withstand it. Yang Wu glanced sideways at the creature and snorted, "Don't look for trouble." Then, he threw out a punch and shattered the ball of lightning. This kind of power was not a threat to him. "You are Yang Wu?" another creature asked. This creature was a human. He was the martial god of the Sky Thunder State. His name was Song Lingfeng. Yang Wu did not reply and continued to absorb the energy here. He was more and more sure that this place contained immortal energy. This Sky Thunder Mountain was different. "I gave you face, but you didn't want it." Song Lingfeng snorted coldly and glanced at the monster clan creature, signaling him to deal with Yang Wu. "Kill." The demon roared and attacked Yang Wu. The demonic creature was a thunder and lightning monkey. Its speed was quite fast, and it landed on Yang Wu's head in the blink of an eye. The power of thunder and lightning in the surroundings was attracted by it, and it clawed at Yang Wu's head. The power of thunder and lightning in its claws was full of sharp and destructive power. The lightning monkey was a common monkey in the mountains near the Sky Thunder Mountain. It had a close relationship with the Sky Thunder sect. This lightning monkey had the strength of a high-level demon god. Ordinary high-level god-level creatures might not be its match. It was a pity that he had picked the wrong opponent. Just as he was about to grab Yang Wu stretched out a hand and grabbed the claw light that he was about to grab. Yang Wu also took the opportunity to slam into him. Back to the mountain. Bang! Before the thunder and lightning monkey could react, it felt as if a huge mountain was crashing down on it. A sharp pain arose spontaneously, and it spat out blood as its body was sent flying. Yang Wu did not wait for it to react. His eyes were filled with killing intent as he chased after it like a shadow. Wind God's kick. Yang Wu stirred up the wind and clouds. The surrounding lightning retreated. A wind blade kicked at the lightning monkey's head. Before Song Lingfeng could react, Yang Wu's wind blade had already kicked the lightning monkey's head. Stop! Bang! Brain matter splattered. The lightning monkey was dead. Yang Wu, how dare you commit murder in our Sky Thunder sect's territory? You deserve to die. Song Lingfeng seized the opportunity to attack Yang Wu. A judge's order appeared in his hand. He threw it at Yang Wu angrily. A huge bolt of divine lightning turned into a sharp blade and slashed at Yang Wu's head. This was the power of a martial god. It was quite terrifying. It was like a punishment on behalf of the heavens to destroy all evil. Song Lingfeng was a high-level elder in the Sky Thunder sect's disciplinary hall. He had executed countless traitors. His killing intent was extremely strong. His combat strength was much stronger than the lightning monkey's. Are you trying to bully me? You don't have the right. Yang Wu was too annoyed to be disturbed. He shouted and activated the Heavenly Thunder Bone and the Black Demon Thunder Orb. He pointed at Song Lingfeng. Lightning Finger. In this unique place, Yang Wu and all the other lightning cultivators could use the geographical advantage to increase their attack power. His ability to absorb lightning was even more terrifying than Song Lingfeng's. He was someone who had even received the Sixth Tribulation Divine Thunder. The lightning power he possessed was not any weaker than the water profound chi. With a point of his finger, the heaven and earth lost their color. With a powerful impact, it shot at Song Lingfeng's attack. Boom! A loud explosion rang out as the finger shot towards Song Lingfeng like a meteor. Song Lingfeng was shocked. He quickly dodged, narrowly avoiding the threat of Yang Wu's shot. He didn't have time to be proud of himself, as the finger changed direction and continued to chase after him. "That's fine too," Song Lingfeng shouted and slashed with the judge's order. Song Lingfeng lived up to his name as a martial god. Although he managed to strike Yang Wu's finger, he was still shaken to the point of bleeding from the web between his thumb and forefinger. The magistrate's token almost slipped out of his hand as he was knocked back several dozen meters. Song Lingfeng was a very powerful martial god in the Sky Thunder state. He was actually forced to retreat by Yang Wu's finger. This shocked the surrounding creatures. Who would have thought that Yang Wu's combat power was so strong? Yang Wu wanted to chase after him, but the power seeping out of the Sky Thunder Mountain was getting stronger. He did not have time to tangle with his opponent. He soared into the sky and rushed towards the Sky Thunder Mountain. Is he crazy? The Chaos Divine Thunder hasn't disappeared yet. He's too powerful. Is this the strength of the Son of Fate? That's impossible. Yes, when he was in the Luo state, he even killed a martial god. He didn't die even after entering the Forbidden Godland. He must have obtained an amazing opportunity. Didn't the Purple Cloud Palace take him down? This time, the true gods of the Purple Cloud Palace also came. I wonder if they took the kid's fate. Don't worry about it for now. Focus on absorbing the power here. I have a feeling that something big is going to happen in the Sky Thunder Mountain. Song Lingfeng was ignored. He stared at Yang Wu, who soared into the sky, and muttered, "Impossible. Why is he so powerful? Even a top Divine Realm warrior can't force me to retreat so easily. He clearly doesn't have such a realm." Song Lingfeng also wanted to chase after him. He still had a trump card that he had not used. He felt that he could take down Yang Wu and was not willing to admit defeat. Suddenly, the Sky Thunder Mountain underwent another shocking change. The lightning array lingering on the mountain spread in all directions. The terrifying Chaos Divine Thunder struck down again. "Little Hey, I'm coming." Chapter 1702. The chaotic lightning of the Sky Thunder Mountain was extremely terrifying. Even ordinary true gods could only flee at the sight of it. However, Yang Wu was going against the lightning. In the eyes of other living beings, he was courting death. Of course, Yang Wu wasn't courting death. He increasingly felt that Little Hay was on the Sky Thunder Mountain. This feeling was getting stronger and stronger. Furthermore, he could sense that Little Hay was in danger. He had to rush over as soon as possible. When the chaotic lightning descended, Yang Wu immediately summoned the Black Pot and activated the Divine Trident. Only after absorbing the chaotic lightning could he face it head-on. Otherwise, no matter how strong his physical body was, it would explode. Even so, it was still very strenuous for him. His body was surrounded by chaotic lightning, causing him to grimace in pain. The chaotic lightning's momentum was too terrifying. No wonder even true gods couldn't face it. Yang Wu carried the Black Pot and charged up with all his might. He wasn't going to reach the peak. He was going to charge into the Sky Thunder Mountain. Little Hay wasn't at the peak. Instead, it was halfway up the mountain. Or rather, it was inside the mountain. The power of lightning lingered there. Every bolt of lightning could destroy a true god. If Yang Wu only had the Black Pot and no trident, he would die if he got close. Yang Wu opened his soul eyes and looked at the lightning divine runes that were entwined around him. He discovered that they were like electric forks and divine hammers that were intertwined together to form an invincible forbidden zone. He could feel that the electric forks had become incomparably cheerful, as if they were related to this zone. Trident Artifact Spirit, what does the Sky Thunder Mountain have to do with you? Yang Wu asked. This is a corner of the immortal Thunder Mountain that was blasted down with the Lightning Mother. The Trident sighed. Yang Wu's brain couldn't wrap itself around this. Woof, woof, little Wu, come and save this immortal emperor. Come and save this immortal emperor. A dog's barking clearly sounded in Yang Wu's ears. It's really Little Hay. Yang Wu came back to his senses and shouted, "Little Hay, where are you?" His voice was very loud, and he didn't know if it could spread. The sound of thunder here was too strong. "You'll be able to see this immortal emperor when you come in. It hurts." Little Hay's voice rang out again. "Electric fork, help me charge in," Yang Wu ordered without hesitation. After Yang Wu mobilized his immortal energy, the power of the electric fork brought Yang Wu into the electromagnetic field. When he entered, a true god powerhouse saw it clearly, and a look of surprise flashed across his face. "This child has a large number of troops on him." This was true god Lei Taijing from the Sky Thunder continent. He didn't charge in like the other true gods. Instead, he was paying attention to the changes in the Sky Thunder mountain. He just happened to see Yang Wu break through the electromagnetic field and charge in. The electromagnetic field was like a rune formation, but also like a lightning talisman. Even a true god wouldn't dare to touch it, but Yang Wu could ignore it. Lei Taijing concluded that Yang Wu had a large number of treasures on him. After Yang Wu broke through the electromagnetic field, he finally saw that the Sky Thunder Mountain wasn't much different from an ordinary mountain. The only difference was that there were all kinds of high-level lightning divine grass growing on the Sky Thunder Mountain. There was also a divine liquid that flowed down like a waterfall. The sparkling and translucent light was intoxicating. It was an entire stretch of divine liquid. Even though it had been cut off, there was still a large amount of it. There was also a lightning pit next to it, which contained dense immortal energy. There were also many lightning hammers and electric forks crisscrossing together, locking on to the immortal energy. Within the immortal energy, there was a thin black dog that was struggling. It wanted to charge out from the lightning hammers and electric forks that were locked onto it. Unfortunately, it was of no use. Moreover, there were also many chaotic lightning bolts that kept bombarding it, strengthening the power of the lightning hammers and electric forks. As Little Hay struggled, the power of the immortal energy kept spreading, which also caused the power of lightning to keep bombarding it. The electromagnetic field was getting bigger, and this was the reason why the Sky Thunder Mountain was getting bigger. If he hadn't entered this electromagnetic field, he wouldn't have known what was going on. "Little Hay, what are you doing?" Yang Wu looked at the boundless chaotic lightning bolts that were bombarding Little Hay's position, and his scalp went numb. To his surprise, when the lightning bolts fell, they didn't affect other places. They were all absorbed and strengthened by the lightning hammers and electric forks, which were used to attack Little Hay. "Woof, woof. What am I doing? It's all because of you. There's immortal lightning here. As long as you absorb it, your strength will definitely increase greatly. In the end, I'm trapped here by the lightning hammers and electric forks. Ouch, it hurts. Hurry up and use the electric forks to break open this place and save me," Little Hay cried out in pain. The lightning hammers and electric forks were attacking it with the power of chaotic lightning. Only its extraordinary immortal body could withstand these attacks. "Electric forks, break it open," Yang Wu ordered without hesitation. This time, the divine forks didn't move. It replied, "With your current strength, it's not enough for me to break it open. Is there no other way? Unless you can borrow the power of the lightning hammers. If we work together, we can break it open." "Where am I going to get the lightning hammers for you now?" Yang Wu said anxiously. The lightning hammers were with Purple Yu. She was still in the Purple Firmament Palace. "I can sense that it's here too," the electric fork said. Then it added, "If you need to summon it, you can do it. I can sense the lightning hammers." "Yu is here too?" Yang Wu raised his eyebrows. Then, he glanced at Little Hay, who was still suffering. He channeled the power of his immortal root into the electric forks and shouted, "Let the lightning hammers come." After he channeled his power, the electric forks emitted waves of lightning energy. Large amounts of chaotic lightning bolts continued to gather in the surroundings. A strong sense of summoning was imperceptibly transmitted out. Outside the Sky Thunder Mountain, a group of people from the Purple Firmament Palace was rushing over. Something big had happened in the Sky Thunder Mountain. The Purple Firmament Palace had received the news long ago. Some true god experts had also rushed over. The group that had rushed over later were the divine tier elites of the Purple Firmament Palace. They also wanted to see if they could obtain some opportunities before the Sky Thunder Mountain. Among them were Purple Xinghe and Purple Yu. They didn't lack the physique of the Thunder God. They also frequently came to the Sky Thunder Mountain to cultivate. They could obtain many benefits here. Suddenly, Purple Yu was surrounded by lightning. A hammer flew out from her body, flashing with astonishing lightning energy. Her beautiful eyes flashed with a faint smile. She quickly left the war chariot with the divine hammer and rushed toward the Sky Thunder Mountain. Yu, what are you doing? Purple Xinghe exclaimed. Purple Yu, you can't act on your own. An expert who was monitoring Purple Yu shouted. A powerful force enveloped Purple Yu. However, before he could catch Purple Yu, chaotic divine lightning suddenly blasted in his direction. He was so frightened that he quickly retreated. Just like that, Purple Yu was carried by the divine hammer and broke through the sky. Catch up! The true god expert shouted. He flicked his sleeves and covered the people behind him. He brought them to chase after Purple Yu. Purple Yu, who was being carried by the divine hammer, was flying too fast. She was not any slower than a true god expert breaking through the sky. Very quickly, she appeared in front of the Sky Thunder Mountain and crashed into the magnetic field of lightning. The living creatures outside could only see the shocking scene. They couldn't see Purple Yu's figure clearly. When Purple Yu crashed into the Sky Thunder Mountain, the lightning hammer and the lightning fork finally combined again. Yu, husband. Yang Wu and Purple Yu were together again. They cried out in joy. Yu, help me with all your strength. Let's save little Hei together, Yang Wu said to Purple Yu. Okay. Purple Yu didn't need to ask any more questions. She responded with a shout. She activated all her strength and unleashed the power of the lightning hammer. A huge thunder hammer appeared, and the sound of thunder continued to reverberate in the air. An electric fork also shot into the sky. Streaks of lightning danced like dragons. After the power of the lightning hammer and the lightning fork intertwined, the magnetic field of lightning in the vicinity underwent a huge change. More chaotic divine lightning struck in their direction. The true gods above the Sky Thunder Mountain were scared out of their wits. The power of the chaotic divine lightning is getting more and more terrifying. We have to retreat, a Sky Thunder Sect's Grand Elder shouted. I didn't expect the chaotic divine lightning to be so dense. If we could absorb it completely, our strength would definitely increase, someone said regretfully. I can't take it anymore. It's too overbearing. Let's retreat quickly. What kind of lightning is that? Why does it feel like a hammer and a fork? Is it the legendary power of thunder and lightning? Boundless primal chaos lightning force descended. Many true god experts did not dare to stay any longer. They absorbed a portion of the primal chaos lightning force and quickly left this place. Qiao Yenyun and Yun Yufan also fled. It's a pity that we only managed to collect a small amount of chaotic divine lightning. Qiao Yenyun held a huge piece of 5-colored divine lightning and sighed. Then, she opened her mouth and swallowed the chaotic divine lightning. You don't care about your precious disciple? Yun Yufan asked. She looked a little embarrassed. Traces of her white and translucent skin were exposed. She was incomparably alluring. She didn't gain anything. She only helped Qiao Yenyun obtain the chaotic divine lightning. That brat is very wild. I can't control him even if I want to, Qiao Yenyun replied. In fact, her eyes were scanning the surroundings, looking for Yang Wu. Not good. Retreat quickly. The Sky Thunder Mountain is going to explode. Yun Yufan looked at the Sky Thunder Mountain and cried out in alarm. Then, she quickly retreated with Qiao Yenyun. Wave after wave of chaotic divine lightning descended, completely drowning the Sky Thunder Mountain. It also scared away all the living beings in the vicinity. Those who were too slow to escape were directly killed. Rumble, rumble. The terrifying chaotic divine lightning continued to bombard, shaking the entire sky thunder state. More true God experts came out of seclusion and rushed over. Many true God experts looked at the chaotic divine lightning from afar. No one knew what they were thinking. They were all waiting for the chaotic divine lightning to disappear completely. They firmly believed that this terrifying power wouldn't last for long. Indeed, after the chaotic divine lightning bombarded for a while, it finally weakened. A dog barked, "Woof, woof. You want to suppress this immortal emperor? You are not qualified to do so. Swallow it all." In the next moment, all the chaotic divine lightning disappeared. Chapter 1703. The abnormality of the sky thunder mountain had ended. The chaotic lightning couldn't destroy it. Instead, the divine liquid and divine medicine within the mountain leaked out. The sealing power here had loosened, and the power of immortal lightning seeped out. It was no longer the same. When everything calmed down, the true gods all rushed toward the sky thunder mountain. The power of immortal lightning, divine liquid, and divine medicine were all rare. They were very beneficial for increasing their strength. However, when they rushed over, the sealing power of the sky thunder mountain moved again. The lightning hammer and lightning trident runes blasted out a powerful force. Even they found it difficult to resist. No chaotic lightning is descending. Let's work together to break it open and seize the divine treasures of the sky thunder mountain, a true god shouted. A true god of the sky thunder sect said, "Everyone, the sky thunder mountain is the territory of the sky thunder sect. Now that the abnormality is over, you should go back. The sky thunder sect will reward you handsomely in the future." The true gods of the Sky Thunder sect clearly wanted to take the divine treasures of the Sky Thunder Mountain for themselves. Hee, we risked our lives to stop the abnormality of the Sky Thunder Mountain. Is it really okay for you to dismiss us with just a sentence? Don't talk nonsense with him. Let's break the seal here together and share the divine treasures. The true gods attacked again. They each held a divine weapon and attacked the Sky Thunder God. Suddenly, a dog barked. "Woof, woof, you bastards. Have you caused enough trouble? This is my territory. Do you think you have the right to behave atrociously here?" This sudden arrival frightened these true god powerhouses. The immortal spirit of the Sky Thunder Mountain? Pretending to be mysterious, a true god snorted coldly. He raised his saber and slashed at the Sky Thunder Mountain. The domineering saber light pierced through the air and fell toward the place where the power of immortal lightning was seeping out. This was the place where the Sky Thunder Mountain was breached. The other true gods weren't frightened. They all used their own methods to break the seal of the Sky Thunder Mountain. These densely packed attacks were very frightening. Each of them had enough power to destroy heaven and earth. Woof, woof. If I don't teach you a lesson, you won't know how powerful this immortal emperor is. Little Hay, who was in the Sky Thunder Mountain, snorted coldly. It stretched out its claws, and there were runes floating around it. It triggered the power of thunder and lightning in the Sky Thunder Mountain, forming a terrifying killing power that collided with the power of a true god. Yang Wu and Yu Yu, who were standing beside Little Hay, were stunned. After Little Hay escaped, she could actually control Sky Thunder Mountain. If news of this were to spread, it would probably frighten everyone. Each of those true gods had the ability to overturn rivers and seas. Each of them held a divine weapon that could even break the sky. They were actually suppressed by the dog spirit of Sky Thunder Mountain. Thunderbolts of chaos burst out from the Sky Thunder Mountain. Heavy hammers and electric forks clashed with those thunderbolts, creating a series of explosions. This kind of power is nothing to fear. Let's work together to break in and capture that dog in the Sky Thunder Mountain alive. That's right. There are so many of us. Can't we do anything to a dog? Even the master of Sky Thunder Mountain will have to beat it to the ground. These true gods were determined to break through these restrictions. Many thunderbolts of chaos were continuously shattered. It was difficult to withstand the attacks of so many true gods. Little Hay kept waving its claws. It cried out strangely, "Little Wu, let me borrow your divine weapons." Yang Wu glanced at Yu Yu and said, "Let Little Hay do it." Thus, the two of them handed the lightning hammer and electric forks to Little Hay. Immortal energy rose from Little Hay's body. The two divine weapons instantly exuded a very shocking power. They merged with the power of the lightning hammer and electric forks in the Sky Thunder Mountain. It shouted, "Today, I will punish you fools on behalf of the Thunder Mother and Lightning God." The two divine weapons flew out, carrying endless power of thunder and lightning as they attacked the true gods outside. At this moment, more thunderbolts of chaos descended from the sky, attacking the true gods. Lightning hammer and electric forks. This was a pair of immortal weapons. They were not as simple as divine weapons. These true gods frantically tried to defend themselves. However, after being blasted several times, their divine armors were smashed and their divine bodies almost shattered. They were all scared out of their wits. They did not dare to stay any longer. They quickly fled. After these true gods all left, the two immortal weapons flew back. All the thunder and lightning calmed down. Little Hay stuck out its tongue and said, "I don't have enough power. I can barely control the immortal weapons. How terrible!" "Little Hay, what are you doing?" Yang Wu asked Little Hay in confusion. "Don't ask me why. That brat took so long to come. He caused this immortal emperor to suffer such a calamity." "Fortunately, I survived," Little Hay replied. Then, it said, "Keep the immortal weapons well. Don't let others use them. Now, absorb the power of the immortal lightning here and quickly increase your strength." "I'm going to keep it." "You're going to keep it? What do you mean?" Yang Wu asked. "Keep this Thunder Mountain. It can be used as a lightning strike. It can kill people." "Little Hay, are you sure you're not joking? Who has time to joke with you? Hurry up. There's still a lot to do." Little Hay was not joking. It ran around Sky Thunder Mountain, imprinting runes on the mountain. It was indeed going to keep Sky Thunder Mountain. Yang Wu and Ziyu did not waste any more time. Holding hands, they released the power of their mystic arts and frantically absorbed the power here. The power of immortal lightning was the fusion of immortal energy and lightning origin energy. It was not pure immortal energy or lightning origin energy. However, to Yang Wu and Ziyu, it was a high-level power. After absorbing and refining it, they could quickly increase their strength. Yang Wu was only a step away from reaching the 4th level of Jade Moon. With the support of the rich power here, he easily crossed it. Ziyu improved faster than Yang Wu. She broke through to the 6th level of Jade Moon. Moreover, she absorbed more lightning than Yang Wu. She was not even afraid of chaos lightning. This was due to the miraculous power of the lightning hammer. "Husband, let's make them combine. I need the complete Imperial Lightning technique," Ziyu said. "Here." Yang Wu did not hesitate to throw out the electric fork. "It's useless for me alone. We need to activate them together. We need to sense each other and let them combine," Ziyu said. Yang Wu cooperated with Ziyu, pouring power into the electric fork. Ziyu also activated the power of the lightning hammer. The power of the two immortal weapons blended together, forming a magnetic field. The weapon spirits fused together, and the inherited technique entered Yang Wu and Ziyu's divine courtyard. The Imperial Lightning technique was not only an immortal cultivation technique, but also a secret technique for controlling lightning. It was divided into two battle techniques, Imperial Lightning and Lightning Control. Previously, Yang Wu had obtained the lightning incantation of the Immortal Trident, and now he had seen the Imperial Thunder battle technique. Both he and Ziyu could cultivate it, and the two immortal armaments could also be exchanged. It was just that the innate talents they had awakened were different, and only by possessing the corresponding innate talents could they explode with greater power. Just like how Yang Wu had the electric fork, holding it was the best choice for him. Chaotic lightning constantly lingered around them. The power of the lightning didn't harm them. Instead, it was incomparably close to them. With a single thought, they could control the power of the lightning. The two of them were like fish in water here, controlling each other's Imperial Lightning technique. They quickly grasped the Imperial Lightning technique, and their strength continued to rise. Thunder. Lightning flash. Their minds were connected, and they verified each other's cultivation technique. The sound of thunder rang out, and bolts of lightning wreaked havoc in all directions. They constantly changed their positions. The lightning hammer and the electric fork crisscrossed, rewarding and punishing on behalf of the heavens. Little Hay watched from afar and murmured, "What a pair! No wonder they were recognized by these immortal weapons." After cultivating for a long time, Yang Wu and Ziyu finally jumped down. They smiled at each other and hugged each other. They'd never thought they'd be reunited like this, free from the interference and control of the Purple Firmament Palace. The seal that the Purple Firmament Palace's true god expert had placed on Ziyu's body had already been shattered by the chaotic lightning. Henceforth, Ziyu had regained her freedom. "Yu, stay by my side in the future. Don't worry about the Purple Firmament Palace anymore, alright?" "Alright. I'll stay by your side for the rest of my life. We'll never be separated again," Ziyu said solemnly. She'd been too depressed over the years of separation. Yang Wu had gone to the Purple Firmament Palace for her, and had almost died there. Her heart had been broken when she'd seen that. She'd felt that this man was worth entrusting her life to. "Little Wu, come over here quickly." Little Hay interrupted their lovey-dovey moment. Yang Wu held Ziyu's hand and flew in Little Hay's direction. "What's wrong?" Yang Wu asked. "A terrifying fellow is coming. We have to leave this place," Little Hay said anxiously as she looked into the distance. "Why? Can't you deal with it?" "If it were in the past, I'd be able to catch one with my claws. Now that my strength hasn't been completely unsealed, even if I borrow the power of the Sky Thunder Mountain, I can't fight against it." "Then where can we go?" Just as Yang Wu asked this question, he felt a terrifying force pressing down from the sky. The lightning hammer and lightning trident runes on the Sky Thunder Mountain seemed to be suppressed at this moment. A powerful creature flew over from afar. The layers of space were ignored by him. His speed was terrifyingly fast. This living being's head reached the sky, and his feet stepped on the sun and moon. His Dharma idol was extremely majestic, and his forehead glowed with dazzling battle runes that were like the sun. The God Emperor of the Heavenly God Hall? Yang Wu looked at this dazzling living being and thought to himself. A formless killing intent spread out. "Are you a living being of the Sky Thunder Mountain? Can you come out and meet me?" The God Emperor said faintly. His voice was ethereal, and it spread out in all directions. Even the true gods in the distance heard it clearly. A God Emperor asked about the Sky Thunder Mountain. "If you want to meet this celestial lord, kneel down and beg. This celestial lord will consider whether or not to meet you," a voice replied. Wow! What kind of living being was this? He actually called himself a celestial lord, and wasn't afraid of the God Emperor. What kind of courage was this? The God Emperor of the Heavenly God Hall was an outstanding figure. He said loudly, "Since you're not willing to come out, this God Emperor will personally invite you." In the next moment, two shocking giant hands grabbed at the Sky Thunder Mountain.